YouTube and Twitch. Looks like we're live on Twitch, showing an ad, and waiting for YouTube to update. Got notification that we're live on YouTube, although it's not actually showing the stream yet. Okay, we have confirmation from Because Science Teacher that we're live on Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch has just gone through the advert.
Awesome. There we go. And we are live on YouTube as well.
We are live.
Okay, everyone. Jen, when you get a second, can you let me know if you can hear all three of us? You hear? Okay, I sound
Jen,
fine. And
yeah.
can you hear sound effects in the background? Okay. Just one last question, Jen. Can you also hear Gaz and Gianna?
Hello?
Hello! Guten Tag, wie geht's?
Oh no. Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
Ha ha ha.
Come on, Jen. Let us know what's going on. There's a latency, so she might not have heard the question yet.
She's having a brew.
Yeah, yes. Gaz is a little soft, a little tinny. Hello, Walkabout Games. How you doing?
Gaz is always soft.
All right.
No, I was fine. It's you that's soft and tinny, G.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, Mr. Johnson's in.
Awesome. Okay, everybody. Who's Mr. Johnson?
Ben Johnson. He's at
Ben
work.
Ben Johnson. That's my kid brother. Hey, where's he at? Is he on YouTube?
Mr. Johnson. Ah!
Well, I know I'm Mr. Johnson. I literally don't see his comment. Where do you see him?
Wow. Doesn't even know his
he's
own
on
brother.
YouTube.
I didn't know he was going to be here today. He's
He
on
says he's
YouTube.
at work, but he must have one earphone in.
Okay. I don't see the comment, but hello, Ben, if you're listening.
Hello,
Yes.
Ben.
31%.
Jen says, no, my dad is Mr. Johnson. I'm Mr. Johnson, but I thought you were talking about me. The only person I saw in the chat was Walkabout Games. I was like, is his last name Johnson? Don't tell me that. You gotta understand, when you have a name like Johnson, you're used to running across your brothers from another mother. I mean, it's like the most common name in the country. We're like right with Jones and Brown and Smith, as far as all the most common names everywhere. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and get us started here in earnest. Now that we know the stream is up, now that we know we can hear everybody. Live chat, I don't know. Okay, cool. Yeah, I see you now, Ben. Apparently YouTube was not updating before. I appreciate it. Oh no, he's Mr. Long. Well, we have a Mr. Long in the house. We have a Mr. Johnson in the house. So draw your own conclusions at this point. And
Are we on the right channel?
I was gonna say, there goes our PG rating. YouTube video not for kids.
Holy shnikes.
Alrighty. Okay, everybody. On that note, now that we've gotten all of our jokes out of the way, let's go to something a little more. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to be looking today, folks, at the Battle of Prokhorovka, or the tank clash of Prokhorovka, tank engagement of Prokhorovka, however you want to call it. Some people don't call it the Battle of Prokhorovka because technically it's part of the Battle of Kursk, which is another whole thing. I'm joined by Gianna, and I'm also joined by Gaz, so we're here with most of the Sitrep team, and we're going to be taking a look at a very, very small slice of what is considered, in fact, it's kind of incontrovertible, that it's the largest tank battle in history. Tank battle being defined as number of tanks on one battlefield, or the largest tactical game you could possibly play. The largest game of Panzer Leader, PanzerBlitz, or Flames of War, Battle Group, those kinds of things. The largest table you could conceivably set up as a tactical battle. Whereas battles like Normandy, well, there's a battle at Omaha, there's a battle at Gold, there's a battle at Utah, they're all over the place. That, we can take all of Normandy together, that's a campaign. We're not talking about that, we're talking about one battlefield where if you're 20 or 30 feet in the air with a good set of binoculars, you could conceivably see the whole thing. Second and third runners up on this would be things like Wadi Marbouk in Egypt in '73, Medina Ridge in the first Gulf War, But Prokhorovka, for sheer numbers, I think still holds the crown by a comfortable margin. I don't think we're ever going to see another battle like this again, because it's absurd. So, here's a 2-second piece of background, or a 2 or 3 minute piece. Let's see how fast I can get through this. Lots of pictures.
Everybody got a drink. You're gonna need it.
Lots of pictures. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, so I'm going to get through this kind of quick. We're in the third summer of the war in Russia. Russia is where 90% of World War II actually takes place. So these battles out here, take all your big battles in the West, all your big battles in Africa, even your big battles in the Pacific, and just add a couple zeros on the end of all the numbers. That's where you're at when you're talking about the East. So the Germans went in 41, came just short of victory at places like Leningrad and Moscow. They got frozen out in that first winter. They came back in summer number 2, that's 1942, with Case Blue. Case Blue was this huge offensive down here to the south. They took all this shaded area. They got stopped at Stalingrad barely. They fell short of the Caucasus oil fields. They fell short of the Sea of Azov, or I'm sorry, that's the Caspian Sea. They took this huge swath of territory, and they were driving down almost to the Caucasus Mountains, way down near Turkey and Iran. They were going for it. Of course, they didn't make it. And in the winter of 42, for the second winter, Zhukov launches this big counterattack, pinches off a huge part of the German line. That's going to be a gash in the German line now, about 300 miles wide, where there's not a single German soldier with his boots in the snow. They're rushing forward to Rostov. If they can reach Rostov, all the stuff down here is cut off and gone. So Stalingrad cost them the 6th Army and half of 4th Panzer Army. If they had reached Rostov in time, that would have been 1st Panzer Army, the rest of the 4th Panzer Army, the 17th Army. There's at least one army I can't remember the number of. It would have been Stalingrad times 3. So the Germans barely managed to escape in a headlong retreat. They got back here, and that's where my favorite German general, or one of my favorite German generals, Manstein, launches his backhand blow. This is the last big German successful offensive of the war, really. So the Russians have all this territory reclaimed in this huge, the whole southern half of the German army basically collapses and falls back hundreds of miles. Manstein semi-restores the situation with 2 big attacks down here in the spring, and I should say the winter and early spring of 43. So he takes a big bite out of the Russian gains here, a big bite out of the Russian gains here. That's the 3rd and 4th battles of Kharkov. Kharkov real estate values in 1943 weren't the best. There were 4 separate major battles in the same town. So 3rd and 4th battles of Kharkov have just taken place. But they can only do those 2. 1, 2, they couldn't get the 3rd. The 3rd would have been this big bulge up here. So out of that big slice of reclaimed Soviet territory, 2 have been retaken, there's 1 left. And it's this huge, ominous-looking salient that's extending. It's about the size of Northern Ireland. So if you take Northern Ireland off the earth, turn it sideways, and put it in the middle of southern Russia, that's almost exactly what it would look like. As far as its almost exact dimensions. About 100 miles from north to south and about 60 miles east to west. Is this huge bulge in the Soviet line. German target for 1943, now that the spring rains have fallen, the whole southern Russian battlefield is an ocean of mud. That's all dried out now. The Germans say, okay, it's summer. We always do better in the summer as opposed to the winter in Russia. Our target for this year is going to be this salient at Kursk. So the Germans come up with something they call Operation Citadel, where they have, again, here's a blow-up of that map. So go back for 2 seconds. This green rectangle corresponds to this first map right here. They're going to send 9th Panzer Army under Model. This is our big opponent in Operation Market Garden at Arnhem later on in the war. He has 9th Panzer Army. He's going to come, or 9th Army I should say. He's going to come crashing out of the south and hook up at Kursk. We have von Manstein's Army Group South down here in the south, imaginatively named. 4th Panzer Army and Army Detachment Kempf. They're going to drive to the north, and they're going to meet up at Kursk. And when they do that, they slice off all these Soviet armies, and they basically do a German Stalingrad. They cut off this huge pocket with multiple Soviet armies in there, and hopefully sort of restore the situation in the Eastern Front. They have no more illusions about conquering Russia at this point. It's just to kind of buy time and stabilize the front after Stalingrad. So again, zooming in on this yellow arrow, we're now at this map. This is a zoom in of the southern shoulder. So when von Model launches his northern shoulder at Kursk, he gets basically nowhere. He takes Marlo-Arkhangelsk, Ponry, and a little bit of I can't remember how to pronounce that, Okhovatka. Maybe 9 miles. He gets nowhere near Kursk. So the north gets a lot of press because there are some heavy German tanks up there. This is where you see the Ferdinand elephants famously. But they basically get nowhere. So all the real action in Kursk is in the south. And that's the southern salient that we were looking at here. The southern salient of the German, or the southern shoulder of the German offensive is based around 3 basic corps. Armored Detachment Kempf, 2nd SS Panzer Corps, and 48th Panzer Corps here, with my favorite German division, Grossdeutschland. As you can see, these are the guys that had the Panthers, by the way. We were talking about Panthers earlier. They come here through Cherkasskoye and then up through some horrific battles at Sirtsevo and Verkopenie, and they get hung up here. They don't do very well. Grossdeutschland Division is very powerful. However, the 2 flanking divisions, 3rd and 11th Panzer, are not well equipped at this time. So Grossdeutschland has to cover their own flanks. Therefore, they can never send up that full frontal spearhead. Long story short, take your first shot of the day. These guys are pretty much bogged down. Look at all these Soviet units in the way. This is where they were. This is historically accurate. That one German division is not getting through all this stuff anymore. And then we have Armored Detachment Kempf, which kind of has the same problem. Also, they're a little bit out of position. But here in the center, we have General Paul Hauser's 2nd SS Panzer Corps, 1st SS Leibstandarte, 2nd SS Das Reich, 3rd SS Totenkopf. Notice here they've gone a little bit further than 48th, and the red line is a lot thinner. This 9GA that you might be able to see right here is 9th Guards Airborne Division. The Soviets are sending in paratroopers via truck because they're that desperate. It's down to this. They have to plug this line. And it might crack at a little Russian railroad town called Prokarovka. So the Russian plan, one of the big reasons the Russians won this battle is they had absurdly good intelligence. They had a spy on the general staff. They had the British with Ultra feeding them like Hitler's mail, like before Hitler opened it, Stalin was reading his mail. They knew every stitch of this plan. They made one slight miscalculation as far as which of the northern or southern attack was going to be stronger, but by and large they had the whole thing. So the Russian plan was absorb the northern attack with the Central Front. A front is basically a Soviet army group. So I'm going to call it the Central Army Group from now on, but really it's the front. Absorb Modul's attack in the north with Konstantin Rokossovsky's Central Front. Grind it up, slow it down, pin it down, get them hung up in these interlocking fields of anti-tank gunfire, minefields, another belt of minefields, another belt of minefields. Something comes after that. Oh yeah, another belt of minefields. And do the same in the south with Vatutin's Voronezh front. And once the Germans have really broken down in these killing fields and are really stuck, they're out of fuel, they're out of ammunition, they've taken 50% casualties, their units are falling apart, then you send in Big Daddy Ivan Konev's Steppe Front. This is another whole army group. The Russians are going to send this in when the Germans have literally just bled themselves out in these Russian defenses. That plan doesn't really work because here, again, things are getting super desperate. So right when the most powerful remaining German Panzer Corps, 2nd SS, is about to break through at Prokhorovka, Batutin, Konev, Rokossovsky, and their boss, Zhukov, all get together and they say, I know we were supposed to save that big reserve counterattack force for when the Germans were truly and like they had literally killed themselves, impaled themselves on our defenses. We have to break a piece of it off and we have to send it in early. Guys, we're out of time. We have to do this. And that's when we have the 5th Guards Tank Army reinforced. This is 5 corps. Again, a Soviet corps is really a division, but still 5 divisions of stuff hitting Prokhorovka fresh all at once. Badly organized because they were rushed into combat ahead of schedule. Never ever ask a Soviet to change his plans in the middle of a battle. They will fall apart. So 5th Guards Army came in there. That's a guy, Pavel Rotmistrov, is in command of that. It's not the most organized offensive. He gets a lot of shade for that. In fact, he ends up getting relieved later on in the war. But, yeah, that's the main Soviet reserve force that goes in to sort of seal this imminent breach right as the Soviet line here is cracking like an old piece of plywood. Right as it's finally starting to splinter, and 2nd SS Panzer Corps is seeing that first hint of daylight, they get, this is giant hammer of woe here of just more red armor just crashing down out of the northeast. So, zooming in from this arrow, we come to this one. This is the actual battlefield of Prokhorovka. This is the whole thing. It's about 15 kilometers, it's about 12 kilometers wide and 15 kilometers high, or so. And it is pretty much described as a corridor between the Basel River, running this way, and the Belgorod-Kursk Railroad that runs this way. So in this northeast to southwest kind of a corridor is where SS Panzer Corps is trying to break through, and they're getting met coming the other way by 5th Guards Army. This yellow arrow will actually describe our game table for today. So this is just another version of the same map. This is not my map. All those other maps I designed. This one is just, taken off the internet. That does a little bit of a better job as far as the... it doesn't do as good a job as my map on the units, but it does a better job at topography. So combining the data from these two maps, I was able to draw today's map. And here is the old 1970 classic PanzerBlitz Situation 10 that attempts to describe some parts of Prokhorovka. Again, Prokhorovka is huge. I'm going to show you how huge in just a second. But this is the card that came with the game in 1970. It's a little out of date. There's at least 3 historical errors on this card. But PanzerBlitz is like my favorite game ever, and this is where you kind of get the idea of how people used to try to describe Prokhorovka on the wargaming table. So that's it for the background. How was that? I got through that in, about 12 minutes instead of the usual 40? Are you guys still awake over there, or did I put you to sleep? Okay, all right. I did my best, boss. I did my best. All right, so any questions so far?
No questions.
All right, cool.
No, we have had the Panther thing brought up, but I've put in a comment saying apparently there weren't any in this engagement.
Oh, actually, no, they were not. We do not have any Panthers in Prokhorovka. Panthers were with, technically, I think it was 45th and 50th. You know what? I don't remember the numbers, so I'm not going to say, but they were the 10th Panzer Brigade. Sometimes people remember it as the 10th Panther Brigade. They were attached to Grossdeutschland Division here at Cherkasskoye. And the less said about that, the better, because the tanks literally would blow up. There were fuel problems, there were exhaust problems, there were transmission, suspension problems. The tanks, you would literally start to drive them and they would catch fire in the fuel system and the tank would literally blow up. Rushed into production, rushed to the battlefield way before they were ready. Things didn't go well. So Panthers were at Kursk, but they were not at Prokhorovka, contrary to many people's popular belief. What is the airspeed of a Swallow? I don't know. I can't remember that movie that well. I'm catching up here on the chat here. Novus Templars joined us. Tuffy here, Sitrep Podcast. Hello, everybody. Ben's on YouTube. We have people over here on Twitch, Walkabout Games, also Because Science Teacher. Thanks very much, everybody, for coming out. All right, so how big was Prokhorovka for real? Hold on. So hopefully you guys can see my screen. This is Prokhorovka to scale. No bullshit, no shortcuts, all myth busted. It's actually a little smaller than some people tend to think because they don't, they think all these units were full strength when they were not. This is the actual description of how Prokhorovka would look if you tried to do it in Panzerleader or PanzerBlitz, same basic game. Every hex here is 150 meters. So every hex here is a bolt action table. Every hex here, every 4 hexes here in like a rough square or rectangle would be a 15 millimeter table. Every unit here is a platoon, so every unit here would be a bolt action army. So it's really big. Except this isn't it. This is just the northern part of it. If we continue to scroll down, we're going to start to get a look at how big Prokhorovka actually is. So when people say that this was the biggest tank battle, they're actually not kidding. I'm not trying to be dramatic here. This is as fast as the computer will scroll, because this is a really huge file. Yeah, this is Prokhorovka if we try to do the whole thing. Ever see that movie Star Wars, when that Star Destroyer is passing overhead?
What movie is that? Star Wars? I've never
Yeah.
Star Wars.
When the Star Destroyer is passing overhead and you're just waiting for it to get to the end. Is this stupid thing ever going to get to the end? So again, not kidding. This is the actual size of how big Prokhorovka would actually be. That's finally the bottom of the map. Again, every hex, a 28 millimeter table. Every 4 hexes, a 15 millimeter table. Every counter, a bolt action army. Every stack of 3 counters, a Flames of War army. Most of these little boxes you see are actually 3 unit stacks. It's insane. Needless to say, we will not be doing all of this today. So I'll go ahead and close out this spreadsheet, because do not gaze too long into the madness, or the madness will gaze back into you. Alright, so again, back to this map. We look at this rectangle. That describes our actual battlefield. We're going to get the extreme shoulder of the Pacel River there, and that all-important railroad. And we're going to get to... Boom! Here's our table for today.
Boom! There it is.
Alrighty. At long last, we got to the gaming table. Okay. Do apologize for the little bit of history there, but it is the world's largest tank battle. Part of Kursk, the largest battle in the history of the human race. There is a little to go over. Okay. So, first of all, we have the Germans, who are represented by a very, very, very small portion of 1st SS Panzer Division Leibstandarte, or Lifeguard, or Bodyguard. These guys started off as literally Hitler's personal bodyguard back in 1933. To say that they were fanatically loyal to National Socialism and all, like, you know, the worst parts of that regime would be an understatement. And that was before they gave them Tiger tanks. So these are some pretty rough customers. We have the leading elements of their Panzer Battalion, Mark IV Gs, and Panzer III Js. These are the same Panzer III Specials that you would see in North Africa. The Germans were still using them here in Russia at the time. We have an understrength battalion, because again, these guys have been in combat for 7 days. We have an understrength battalion of their motorized infantry regiment, or I should say their armored infantry regiment, because these guys all have half-tracks. We have some mortars and anti-tank guns in their anti-tank battalion. We have some Hummel and Vespa self-propelled artillery in their armored artillery regiment, elements thereof. Again, everything here is elements. Everything here is a piece of. Number 1, this division is just getting to the battlefield, and number 2, they've been in combat for 7 days, and number 3, I don't want the stream to last 12 hours. So again, everything's just partial. And some Stugs, because why not? Stugs are one of those units that you're going to see on virtually every German table. One of the best things I liked about the old open fire starter kit for Flames of War is that they gave you Stugs and not tanks. If you're going to put German armor on the table, your first piece should always be a Stug. That's not just because we like them. That's not just because, you know, they're everyone's favorite armored vehicle. They were also the most common. The Germans built a huge number of these things. Oops, close that out. We do have some Tigers on the map, because why not? Each piece here is a platoon of 5, so we've got 10 Tigers on the map total. One of them is actually Michael Wittmann. Michael Wittmann was with 1st SS Leibstandarte. He was part of the Schwere Panzerabteilung, or Schwere Panzerabteilung, before somebody asks me among our German community. That's basically a heavy Tiger tank detachment. SS Leibstandarte was, of course, one of the very few divisions in the German war machine that had its own permanent attached unit. They were supposed to have a battalion of Tigers. They really wound up with usually like a company's worth, because damn things never worked half the time, and the Germans could never build them fast enough. And losses were insane. So, again, there's 10 of those there. Again, there's 10 tanks there. One of those 10 tanks would be Michael Wittmann. He's probably too small to make a difference on a game of this scale, but one of these Tiger platoons is especially badass. And because Gianna said that she wanted to play the Germans, there were a lot of aircraft over Prokhorovka. So I took the liberty of including among them 2 flights of HS-129 tank busters. This is as close as I can get you to an A-10 in this scenario, G. So I did the best I could. It will make a mess of some light Soviet armor, to be sure.
It's all good.
Over here we have the Soviets. Okay, so like the Soviets, or I should say like the Germans don't have Panthers, despite the fact that a lot of people think they do. You'll notice here that the Soviets do not have any T-34-85s. If I have to see one more Prokhorovka table with T-34-85s on there, we're going to have a conversation. Also, there are no Su-85s. Su-85s do not reach these units until August 1943. A lot of sources will have, specifically the 1446th Self-Propelled Anti-Tank Regiment with Su-85s. The source says, and this comes from David Glantz on down, that the 1446th had Su-85s at Kursk. Gotta remember, Soviet definition of Kursk goes into August. They did not have them on July 12th, so I gave them Su-76s instead. Anti-tank artillery, the usual ZIS-3 divisional gun towed by trucks. More T-34Cs. More bad news for the Soviets. A full third of their armor are these T-70s. Again, that's just historically what was there. No Su-85s, no T-34-85s, just the old crappy T-34Cs with a 76mm gun on them, and the even worse T-70. However, they do have a lot of them. We're looking at the lead 2 brigades of 29th Tank Corps, or at least the bulk of them. So, yeah, we have German armor outnumbered about 2 to 1. There's a motorized rifle battalion. Oop, a slight typo there. Sorry about that. There's a motorized rifle battalion there. They're mostly going to be riding the backs of the tanks, so they don't have trucks. There are, again, I mentioned those Soviet airborne troops that were in the line, holding the line previously in place. So they're there, although there's not many of them left. They've been in combat for some time. Some Soviet light bombers. The 994th Light Bomber Aviation Regiment was attached to 29th Tank Corps at the day. Again, we do our homework here on the Sitrep Podcast. And my baby. This is what's going to make G cry. Sorry, everyone. The Su-152. There were 10 of these on the field that day. They're not the ISU-152, as I previously made a mistake on once before. They're the Su-152. There is a slight difference. I won't go into it. But the Su-152 was just reaching some of the frontline units at this time. And 1549th Self-Propelled Artillery Regiment did have them, although woefully under strength. They're supposed to have about 30 of these. They have 10. Because, I mean, the entire regiment is 10 vehicles. That's not right. But these things, they couldn't get them to work right. They had suspension problems, engine problems. Things weighed about 40 tons, which was really heavy in those days. And, yeah, they had a hell of a time getting them up into combat. But once they got there, man, this thing is... Oops. Let me try to get rid of that. There we go. These things were nasty once they did, get to the battlefield. So those are the 2 forces in play. We're going to go through a couple turns, maybe 4 or 5 turns here in today's stream. Gianna has agreed to play the Germans, which leaves me to play the Soviets. We have Gaz for color commentary.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Here's the good news. Turn 1's already done. So,
What?
G,
I wouldn't set my stuff up like that, you cheater!
You can change anything you want. So the Germans came in on this gray bar, anywhere among these 20 hexes down here. The Soviets came in second from these 2 pieces here, also 20 hexes. Now, Gianna, before you at me, that's my new phrase for the day. Before you at me, you will notice the Germans already have 1, 2, I'll re-highlight that again. 1, there's the first one, there's the second one, and they're about to take the third one. 3 out of 5 objective hexes. So on turn 1, the Germans are already winning. The Germans already have basically 3 objective hexes. The Soviets have 2, 1, 2. As is usual for an a risk any war game, there are 5 objective hexes. He who holds 3 holds the universe at the end of the game. So I will now zoom in, and if you want, it is your command You can do any veto power on any of these units. They moved as far as they could and took as many objective hexes as they could, and they tried to hold the best positions as far as defensive fire they could. And then the Soviets did the same from their entry hexes. So
we've had a comment that G's a little quiet, Jim, and we know that's not true, so it's probably a volume issue.
Okay, give me 2 seconds, everybody. Let me boost up desktop audio. Hopefully that makes a little bit of a difference.
Can you hear me now?
Is that a little better, everybody? I'll also make myself a little softer by comparison.
This is like the Russian-German thing, isn't it? G's going to be louder and Jim's going to be softer.
Better. Das gut?
We have confirmation.
Right.
Better.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, so let me ask, is this setup you have here based upon historical records, is how it would have played out? Or you did this to give you the better advantage?
I did this to play by PanzerBlitz the game. I do not cheat at PanzerBlitz. The game is sacred.
Whoa, there, rules lawyer. I did not imply that you cheated. I just said you took the advantage. There's a difference between cheating and the advantage.
Did I?
Because as you notice, you're on the high ground.
That's Hill 252, yeah. I also can't see anything from up there.
And those 152s are nicely hidden, G. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Soviets do move second. Otherwise, the Soviets would have 3 objective axes. And you would be losing. And then you would have to come at me. Now I have to come at you.
And I noticed how you put the infantry up front.
They got there fastest. You bail out of those half tracks, and I can't overrun you. It's going to be a hell of a time digging you out of those infantry, digging you out of those woods.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Sure, absolutely. So super fast, I sent some of the infantry over here at this objective. Headquarters unit, mortars are trying to get set up. Your self-propelled artillery is under cover, so it doesn't get wasted. Hold on. Am I missing a piece of self-propelled artillery? Those are valuable units. Oh! Where is the other? Hold on. Oh. What the frick? Okay, that's not cool.
Commies have done it already.
Sabotage.
That's not cool. That I would legit apologize for. Let me make sure I didn't put it so. Oh, there it is. Sorry, the other Hummel's over there. I was gonna say, no, that would not be cool. That's like one of your most powerful units. Most vulnerable, but most powerful. Okay. So it's pretty much, you were coming in from this band. I pretty much sent everybody up this road, and then they split off and fanned out. So you were asking how I arrived at these positions. They had one free movement phase to get to take as much terrain as they could, i.e. objective hexes. And then if you want to shift any of this, by all means you could. You certainly can. I was just trying to get us to a shooting part of the stream a little bit faster. But by all means.
Well, I would like to take my self-propelled artillery.
Yep.
And I would like to place them on the hill in grid 0517.
Okay, I will get you as close as we can. The issue is... Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. So if we start here... Again, you're allowed to enter from any gray hex. There's a little gray bar down here. 1, 2. No, actually, that's not a playable hex, so that doesn't count. 1725 is hex number 1. Now you're on the road. 2, 3, 4. You said 15, 17? Okay.
No. Go west.
Go west, young man.
Where the hill where my infantry is.
Oh, you're sending them that way. I got you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, that's easy. 1, okay, so that's the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get up the hill. 8. Their movement is 8. That's about as fast as they can get. Did you want to do the same with your Hummels?
Yes.
All right. The stacking limit is 3 in a hex. It's sometimes a little risky, but it's legal. Because again, artillery affects everything in the hex.
Okay.
There we go. So in open terrain, it's usually kind of scary to... nothing's really going to reach you yet, but triple stacking units is weird, because the Soviets drop artillery on you once, and you're all grouped together, and that's all she wrote.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. So, cool. Let's see. Now, again, I was trying to, the tanks were not going to reach that objective hex, and if you didn't take it on turn 1, the Russians were going to take care of that for you. So I shoved infantry there first. They are backed up by tanks. This is as far as the tanks could get. German tanks are not very fast. So that's mostly infantry. Good God, you have to bail them out of those half tracks. If those T-34s open fire while you're still in half tracks. But then your Stugs are there. The Stugs are probably your best defensive units, because there's going to be a defensive battle here for the Germans. You own the objective hex right now. That's that little yellow targeting symbol. And now it's up to me to try and take it from you. There is a massive amount of armor to back them up. But then the Russians are coming down with a massive amount of armor too.
Okay.
Yeah, I put the anti-tank guns here to hold this objective hex, or to at least screen it using this tree line here as cover, in case the Russians got cute and tried to swing some of this light armor around here and steal an objective hex from behind you. So, the Germans, quote, didn't know that the Russians were going to, move where they did. Now, on turn 2, if you want to move those mortars around or those anti-tank guns around, whatever you want.
Uh-huh.
And then that's really it. There's this little 8-centimeter mortar. I don't even know how good that's going to do. It can hold an objective hex. And we have a headquarters unit that's trying to stay under cover. If you lose your headquarters unit, your whole army might drop a morale level. Oh, that's something I forgot to mention. The Germans are morale level A, the Soviets are morale level B. So you will recover from being dispersed or pinned down faster than I will.
Okay.
And, yeah. That was it for the German turn. Do the Germans want to rearrange any of their other units?
No, that's fine.
All right. So then the Soviets moved second. They mostly came through 1706, 1707. They picked up the road here in 1707, and they kind of flooded down here. Most of their tanks, some of their infantry, and all their self-propelled guns. They're anticipating a large battle for this center hex. Meanwhile, their anti-tank battery, or battalion I should say, is trying to get those old ZIL trucks up the slope to take the objective hex in 1611 and 1014. Now the rest of the Soviet armor ran up this hill, and the infantry have now jumped off the tanks. So Soviets have access to the tank rider rule. We've all seen the movies where Soviet troops actually, ride around on the tanks. It's incredibly vulnerable, so don't do it when the Germans can see you and reach you. So they did not do that. They have now jumped off those tanks, and they're fine. The Guards Airborne troops got to set up just behind this road, and they're now marching forward. But they didn't have a ride, so they had to do it the hard way. And they're also getting ready to climb up that hill, so they're slowed down a little bit. And that's pretty much it for the battle. In high level, as far as scenario design goes, there are 5 objectives. 1, 2, that I knew the Germans were going to take pretty much right off the bat. 2 for the Soviets. 1, 2, which left 1 in question in the middle. And I was pretty much sure that the Germans were going to take that on turn 1. That's kind of how a lot of Prokhorovka went. Germans held some key ground, and then the Russians tried to take it back from them. That's kind of what's going to happen here. So, if we have no more questions, we are ready to kick off on turn 2.
Okay.
Alright. And then I will take a moment to catch up on the chat here. So, no, I don't want to change the tab color, dude. Okay, we are now on turn 2. In an effort to be helpful, we have the turn sequence. I'll make that a little bit bigger in a second. Okay, and I'll do a smaller copy of the combat charts that we can look at while we're gaming, so we don't have to constantly scroll around. That will save us some time going forward. Okay, I'm not sure what just happened. My Excel just completely froze. Okay, it's back. Don't scare me like that, Excel. That would make me less than cheerful. Okay. So we now begin with German turn 2.
Okay.
German turn 2 begins with, I'm not sure if you want to call any artillery. It's up to you if you want to do that in the stream. If you do, I mean, you know how PanzerBlitz works. We can refresh you if you want. Obviously, if you call in indirect artillery with your Hummels and Vespas, you can't use them in direct fire. So it's up to you if you want to use them in direct fire. If you start calling in artillery, they can't move. I don't know if they want to stop there. But the turn does technically begin with call in new artillery if you want to.
No, we're going to skip that step this turn.
All right, cool. That means that we have no artillery from last turn. Airstrikes. Did you want to use your airstrikes now or save them for later?
I'm going to save them for later.
Direct fire. Direct fire is when we start shooting at people. The Soviets tried to stay out of line of sight as best they could.
I'm not going to fire.
Okay, we then go to movement.
I want to move all my units at that center objective southwest. As far as their movement points will take them.
You want to fall all these units here in the center, you want to move them southwest.
Yep.
You want to fall back.
Yep.
Okay. She's giving up the objective, folks. This is obviously a cunning trick here. Okay, they will start to fall back. So first we have this unit of mechanized infantry. As far back as they can, they literally leave the map because they came on the map here on turn 1.
Move them as far down as 29-23.
Okay.
On the road.
Gotcha.
The road that hex down there.
29. There's 29-23. Well, there's 29-23. Okay.
And then just pull all the infantry down that way.
Okay. Do you want to move them as far as they can and they can still dismount, or you just want to move them as far as they can? Okay. So.
No, don't dismount them.
Don't dismount them. Okay.
Don't dismount
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You do that easily. All right. Cool. I'll do this in such a way where the Soviets don't get opportunity fire as you move away from them. Infantry unit number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So he banks that way so these clowns don't get a shot at him here in this hex. He's eligible for opportunity fire on movement point 3. But now he's got the trees between him and the enemy, so that's why he's taking this route. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now he's out of range. 6, 7, 8. Took him a little longer, but he got there.
Yep.
All right. And that's all the infantry. Now you've got Stugs and tanks.
All right. Fall them back to the objective point or as close as I can to 28-21 or 26-21, whatever that.
That's because you're on the road, so the movement's not a problem. Yeah.
Yep.
So Stugs now hold the objective hex. They're kind of in the open, but they do hold the objective hex. Okay. Now we go to your normal panzers and then your tigers.
Now, refresh and remember, opportunity fire. Do you have to not move the previous turn?
Oh, okay. So opportunity fire is, okay. So you're moving. Opportunity fire in this case would be me firing early.
Right.
So an opportunity fire, you borrow against your next fire phase.
Right.
I would fire early, and then next turn I would not get to fire.
Right.
Because I'm Soviets, I would also not get to move.
Right.
Whereas the Germans get access to the split move and fire rule. But anyway, in order to trigger opportunity fire, you have to move 1/4 of your movement in continuous line of sight, not range, continuous line of sight with an enemy of an enemy unit. So there's a certain amount of time. How many hexes you can go before you trigger opportunity fire depends on the unit. That's
Right.
literally how fast you are.
Okay.
Obviously, fast units can go further before the enemy gunners have enough time to lay guns and open fire.
Okay. Withdraw the tanks to north of that objective hex.
Okay. We got basically a stack of Mark IIIs and 2 stacks of Mark IVs. So, do you want like the Mark IVs in front, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of do like a arc.
Gotcha. Tell you what, we'll split them up into. Whoa. Hey, pay attention there. All right, there we go. Ooh, accidentally grabbed a. Oh wait, you said you wanted Mark IVs in front. Sorry.
Yep. It's all right.
Ay, caramba. All right, so. Alright, so there are now 3 hexes with 10 or 2 counters, Mark IVs. Okay, then you have 3 units of Mark IIIs.
Put the right behind in 2620.
Got it. And that leaves the Tigers after that.
And you can place the Tigers in 2421 if they have the movement points for it.
24-20, yeah. They move at 8, and there's nothing in their way.
Okay.
All right. Michael Wittmann's on the radio. He wants to know why he's retreating.
Nobody said we're retreating.
I am. Michael Wittmann has just got his teeth fixed by Adolf Hitler himself. That's actually a true story. He was going back in Berlin to get his medal, and Hitler noticed that one of his teeth was chipped, and he gave him his card to his dentist. So when Adolf Hitler personally pays to have your grill fixed, it's a thing.
You think so?
It also means you don't really get to distance yourself after the war. Not that he survived the war anyway, but he survives the day. All right, so
Wait,
he is
Sitrep have a dental plan.
The Sitrep. There's the gas. There's the gas. By the way, I don't know if you saw the comment in the podcast YouTube replay when you were saying the Libyan warlord Gaddafi, and I didn't laugh, and you were like trying to get a laugh. I just got it. I got it when I was watching the replay yesterday. I literally apologized in the comment feed. I was like, oh my god, I get it now. I'm sorry. I was still half asleep. I get it. I get it.
Ooh. All right.
Hello, Pyotr. Pyotr showed up just in time to watch the Russians watch the Germans retreat. You guys have the right idea. Keep going. When you get to Berlin, you can stop. Just keep going back. Just keep going back.
You think we're retreating? That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
That takes care of your center. Anything on your flanks?
That's it.
Okay. Are you going to dismount those grenadiers up on the hill 241, over there to the west?
You know what? Let's move those guys.
Okay.
Just move them north. The one that's in hex 0517, put them on the objective and dismount.
Cool. You know, I'm going to go ahead and ungroup all these bastards because this is going to annoy me. All right.
Starting to see some digging in now.
Yep. So, oh my god, I said ungroup. Okay.
That's all right, Jim. Part of the show is watching you struggle sometimes.
This is why I lose a lot of these games, because I'm spending half my RAM fighting with the damn system. Okay. So, it's still... Okay. Ungroup. This is me trying to save time beforehand, and it didn't really work. Okay. Infantry on the front. Got it. Okay, that takes care of him. When the infantry unit is on top of the carrier unit, everyone in the chat, that means the infantry unit is bailed out. When the carrier unit is on top, truck, half-track, wagon, etc., that means that the unit is loaded, and they have very different rules. So that unit is now dismounted. How about these other 2 platoons of grenadiers?
You would make that one you have your counter, the cursor on. If you can move them up to 0516 and dismount.
Roger that.
I feel like this is a radio chat. It was almost like, hello, Zero, can you move to 0516?
Well,
when you're playing, when you're playing hardcore Panzer, this is a kind of a fun game or whatever. But when you're playing hardcore Panzer Leader with a lot more artillery, you're calling in airstrikes. You have to call the number of the unit, the grid reference, the type of ammunition. and then you replay it backwards with the sound effects in the background, it sounds like a radio chatter. Calling it in, splash, over, spotting round is landed, execute, oh, they're all dead.
We need to do that 28mm next time we play as well.
Excellent. Okay, that infantry unit, if you can move them to grid 0515 and dismount.
Gotcha.
Over.
It is just easier for me to delete the piece and copy one that's properly formatted.
Yes, keep an eye on it. Make sure you supplement it with some weaker unit, because he's deleting.
He built in a 4-second delay to catch me out. I don't know what he's doing on that initial part.
In all seriousness, do watch me. Pyotr, Rasmus, Dylan, I mean, things like that do happen. So absolutely do. I mean, I know you guys are kidding, but not really. Do watch, because I will make a mistake. Okay.
All right, how about my artillery there? My self-propelled?
Yep.
Let's put them one unit in 0416, 0417, and 18.
Cool. They can see plenty. The Russians can see you. You're out there in the open. You're like Napoleon's, 9-pounders just lined up on the ridge there. The problem is I can't really reach you because my guns, Russian guns are just as powerful as German guns. Russian guns don't shoot as far, and there's the onion. So, yeah, we see you clear as day. We just can't reach you yet.
Okie dokie.
She's just trying to make me charge across that open field.
Would I do that?
You know what? Just for fun, I might do it. Because that was Prokhorovka, a huge Russian tank charge. Okay, that takes care of your flank. Anything with your mortars and weadquarters unit?
The headquarters, can we put them on the hill?
Yeah.
Yeah,
now,
put him on the hill.
He's in a truck, so he pays the off-road movement rate.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he wants to unload, he has to unload there. Does he want to keep moving?
Keep moving.
All right.
Go to 0719.
6, 7. Oh, 0719? Yeah, he can reach there.
Yep.
He just can't unload. Because he started in here.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's now spent over half of his movement, which means he cannot unload this turn.
That's fine.
Okay. And then the little 8-centimeter mortars. Honestly, maybe smoke screens. I mean, it's
let's pop some smoke.
Okay, he has to dismount first. Does he want to move somewhere where it's safe to? Okay.
Put him. Well, if I put him in, no, let's keep him there.
Okay. If you're gonna keep him.
Wait, hold on.
No worries.
No, because I can't put him. If I put him in, what hex is that? It's missing its numbers. I'm gonna go with.
Up here in the woods, 17 and 18.
Yeah. It's 17 there.
Yep.
Can he see them?
He can see anything once it crosses this tree line. He can see.
Okay, keep him right there and dismount if they can.
Oh yeah, because he only moved 1, 2, 3, 4. He's moved less than half of his movement.
Yep.
I will ungroup him and put the mortar battery on top.
Yep.
Cool.
Piotr is saying it looks like a maths game at the moment.
A math game, huh?
Yeah,
well,
the numbers, the positions,
the
stats.
It's
trying to get those odds and percentages right.
It's not operational level. It's command tactical. So yeah, this is it's that kind of game. This is not a WYSIWYG game. These are all individual. These aren't like individual units or tanks or men or whatever I should say.
That would be cool.
These are at least platoons of 5. To do Prokhorovka in 15 mil, you need a table 600 by 400 feet. You need about 1,300 tanks, and I don't even know how many infantry figures.
You can do that in my backyard.
All right.
I was going to say, so Sitrep 2022, February, big game, we started. We used the grass shaved down to less than 1 millimeter in the backyard. Flames of war will litter the landscape.
Oh, shoot. All right, I think that's it for me.
You would make Battlefront sales numbers for the quarter. I tell you that.
You think so?
By the time you bought all those T-34s, whoever does their sales and reporting, they'd be like, what the hell's going on with T-34s this quarter? Oh, someone's doing all of Prokhorovka. I got it. Okay, I got you. We were waiting for that.
Hey, if we did that, I expect Battlefront to fly us down to New Zealand.
There you go.
For a special tour or something. That's what I'm expecting. Anywho, all right, let's get it on.
All right, so last piece of movement, or if you want to, or you can leave them where they are these your anti-tank battalion over here on your right wing.
Let's dismount them right where they're at. Well, at the two front ones, can you dismount?
Yep.
And then it will go from there.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
All right, so 2730 and 21. I'm sorry, not 2730. 2230 and 2122 dismount.
Yep.
Okay, and then the other two, if you can move 2222 to grid 2322 and dismount.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me fix this.
Here we go. Smoke screens again.
No, I'm just trying to zoom in so we can see things a little better. Okay, so I dismounted them both in place. You wanted to move one first?
No. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong things. Okay, dismount that one. You're on.
Okay.
And dismount them both right where they're at. You know what? I'm actually happy with that.
All right, and then these two martyrs get to move.
Martyr in 2221 stays.
Okay.
And the other one, just move it to 2322.
2322. Okay, so I'll back up over here a little bit.
Yep.
Cool.
And that is all.
Wittmann is not pleased. Why are we retreating, Colonel? He was a bit of a discipline problem, so he's going to bother you on the radio. Why are we retreating? We're not retreating. Why are we retreating? All right, zoom out a little bit. All right, cool. There were no overruns, no cat attacks, so unless you have any last movement, last looks, we're going to go ahead to Soviet turn 2.
It is it.
Soviet turn 2. Look at this. Fritz has given us the objective hex. Hoorah for the motherland! Za Rodinu! Let me catch up on the chat here super fast. Okay, sorry for being late. Don't worry about it, Pyotr. I know it's late where you're at. Thanks for coming by. Cut your finger hard. What the hell? Had to go to the ER to get some stitches. Pyotr, that's not how you hobby, man. You're supposed to use the razor on the miniature, not on your finger. I'm sorry. The Germans retreated all the time. That's right. We're chasing them all.
They are not retreating.
We're sending them back to Berlin. Go home, Fritz. What else is going on? Someone finally said what we were all thinking. I'm not sure. Okay. It is a math game. This is what you're starting to think. Yes, Pyotr. Pyotr has done some kick-ass Panzerleader in 1939 Poland. So, yeah, he's definitely 365 days project. That's right. All right, let me see what's going on over here in YouTube. James and I pioneered this stuff before Twitch with 2 identical Excel files in 2 different states. Yeah, Ben and I used to try and do this with basically copies of the same file on each other's computers or on our own computers, and we try and do this over a cell phone. So it's literally like move unit 976 to grid 2013. Oh my god. We had to really keep the game small, and it was a real pain. Ben, we do have some better options now where we can both look at the same screen. We can even move each other's pieces around depending on how involved you want to get internet-wise. We have evolved with the 21st century a little bit. But yeah, this is tough to do over a cell phone. Let's just put it that way. Alright, so I think we are caught up on Mr. Chat. If I'm missing anyone's comments, I do apologize. Post again, and I will catch you the second time, I promise. Okay, so Soviet turn 2.
No, you're all good, Jim. You're all good.
Epic, thank you.
Let the horde move. Oh, look, it's a Rescony State Farm.
Close. October State Farm. So, now I moved the planet. Earthquake in Russia.
There he goes, cheating again.
All right. Everyone's got jokes. Okay, so first of all, let's see.
Soviets don't have jokes. Russians never joke. They're not funny people.
Depends how much vodka they've drunk.
2, 3. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've still moved less than half. So, ungroup.
I actually quite like the Russians. They used to pick us up in Antonovs and fly us back from the US. And they used to stop in Canada. and they'd land and then just leave the plane. And they wouldn't have told us anything. We were just sat on a freezing runway in the back of the the tailgate down, wondering what we're supposed to do. They're like, see you tomorrow, guys, and just walk off.
Wait a minute. They did what now? They picked you up from the U.S. in Russian aircraft?
Yeah, well, in Antonov, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Every
When
time
did we ever let Russian aircraft land in the United States?
Wait
a minute.
Every year.
I feel a plot coming.
We fly to El Centro.
Red Dawn!
Wolverines! Oh, we need to keep an eye on Jim. Look, he's gone all quiet.
Right now, Jim is going. Yeah. What is she planning? What is the plan of the Germans? Why did they fall back? What do they have up their sleeve?
I already know what your plan is. Your plan is to undo the fair play I showed you on turn 1, so when you lose this game, you get to complain that I cheated for the rest of the week. I already see your plan.
Huh.
Now, I did do something a little weird, so I'm going to explain what I did. All right, you're allowed to have 3 units in a stack. Now, when you're loaded up, carrier unit and a passenger unit are loaded in the passenger unit. Obviously, I'm sorry. When the passenger unit is loaded in the carrier unit, those 2 units count as 1 for stacking purposes. I just moved all 3. I should say, my 6 anti-tank batteries into these 3 hexes and then unloaded them.
Okay.
The problem is that now that creates 4 units in a stack. 2 trucks and 2 anti-tank guns. I am sacrificing the trucks.
What?
Yeah.
Why don't you just move the trucks?
Because I did move the trucks.
But you can't move them out of the hex once you unload? If you didn't
you can do one or the other. So
that is just silly.
If you start off, I'll keep the trucks if you let me. All right, so
hey, whatever the rules say, I'm just saying. Jim's very cocky and confident that he doesn't need his trucks now. He thinks he's got this game in the bag.
No, I think I've got that objective hex covered. Is what I think.
That's cool.
But send it back.
Is this enemy at the gate? So we're seeing like Vickers machine guns at the rear of the battlefield.
No, it's literally like there's not enough room in the hex for those trucks, so they just kind of like shove them in a ditch, and the trucks can probably be recovered afterwards, but in game terms they're considered destroyed units. There's a way to do it.
You got to read Peter's comment. That's hilarious.
It's there you go. Like Piotr has told us in our Dien Bien Phu games, it's a sound Soviet tactic. We just basically bulldoze the Americans will send us more trucks. It's fine. Don't worry about it. They're just a Dodge and a Studebaker. We push them off the side of the road and, or not the road because there's no road there, but push them off the side of down into a ditch somewhere to make room for the guns. It's a haste tactic. I just want to get that objective hex locked up. I won't go into it because I won't bore everybody to tears. There's a way to do that without losing the trucks. When you were talking about potentially dismounting some of your half tracks there, you were able to do that because you started off in the unit. Basically, you start off with 2 loaded carrier units in the stack or in the hex. You unload 1. Now the truck moves. You're back down to 2 infantry units in the stack. You unload the 2nd infantry, and then the carrier unit moves. That's how you get away with it. The problem is you have to start off in the stack, as opposed to moving everybody into the truck or into the hex and then unloading. It's an abstract rule. It's to keep the game organized. When the game is small, and I'm not worried about putting on a good stream, we do allow, Piotr may call me out on this, we do allow people to do that. I'm 2 hexes away. I'm going to move 2. I'm going to unload. That cost me 6. I have 4 movement points left. I now move the truck out. Rinse, repeat for the 2nd anti-tank gun. You're splitting your movement between both pre and post unloading. That's kind of a house rule. So I did not use the house rule here. I played by gospel, chapter and verse. I blew up my trucks. But there is a house rule that makes it a little bit less unrealistic. But again, I'm not trying to literally invent rules that allow me to do what I want in a live game.
Oh, no, we didn't claim that. We're just,
okay.
I just, looking at the logic of why you were destroying the property. assets before you had to. So.
It's just American Lend-Lease. I mean, the Americans will send us more, and we'll never pay for
We'll
it.
just
It's
send
fine.
you more.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. We'll send
I
it
see how
over
it is.
on another one of the Gaz's Anatoly, what was it? Antonov cargo planes. It's all fine. It's all good.
They are terrible at their job, though. They did try and take the mast off the top of one of my Apache. With the internal crane.
I was going to
moving
say,
yeah.
that's a
set
lot.
the nose.
That's a lot of
They did
electronics
that,
in there.
They hit my aircraft with it.
That would have sucked.
Oh yeah, it did suck massively. It was a lot of work straight away. It was when they said they didn't do it, and then we got them to back the crane up, and it just happened to be at the exact height
Uh-huh.
that the dent was. Sometimes.
See, everyone hates
Anyway,
the Soviets.
long story short, as Jim was
There you go.
saying, it's been a while.
Oh, fire, 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 fire.
You want to fire at me now?
Fucking A, I do.
At these ranges?
Why?
I don't think you have the opportunity. I will back up my movement, and we'll do it again. All right? So these units here.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. They have spent less than a quarter of their movement in your line of fire. So there was no
Okay.
opportunity for a fire phase there.
Okay.
1, 2. These tanks lose sight of them because of hex at 2315.
Okay.
And then they reappear, because even though I'm not spotted, when you're moving in a woods hex, you're technically spotted until you stop moving. So again, he was in your sight. So you had him for you had him for 1 hex, you lost him. You had him again for 2 more hex, for 2 more points, movement points. And then he now has stopped, so he's now re-vanished because he's in a woods hex and not firing at you yet.
Fair enough.
But yeah, when you're playing Panzer Leader, guys, never be afraid. Seriously, because some Panzer Leader players will actually get a little pushy or whatever. Never be afraid to ask your opponent. Literally finger point your way through every hex that you just moved through. Because, and you're not trying to catch them on a rules break. You're trying to. That's how opportunity fire works. And without opportunity fire, the game literally starts to break.
We really need to put a adult warning on our videos. Now we're into Long Johnson and fingering. Come on, guys.
That's why I said you finger point your way through all these things.
Uh-huh.
Right as
See,
I said
if
that.
I can't win this game legally, I'm going to mess with your mind.
What? Right as I said that, I was like, that sounded bad. All right. Now
Anyway, what do you mean we're now into it? Haven't we always been into that?
1, 2, 3. I'm on the road. 4.
You know what? You might as well just fill that shot glass and just keep going, people, because it's going to be a long game. A good game, but a long game.
I can hit those guys, can't I?
Be my guest. Use up your fire phase. Go ahead.
Let's see. What do I
Yes.
have?
Actually,
No, I can't.
some of your guys can
Because they
legally.
can...
So, okay, my movement is 7, which means I'm only visible for 2 hexes. So, if you could see me in hex, the rules, if you can see me in hex 2214. So, it's a good question, so let's go over it super fast. Some of your guys could see that. This is my SU-152, so I'm not that afraid of you, at least at this distance. These guys could not see that, not in time.
Right.
So again, the money hex is 2214. Those guys could take opportunity fire.
Yep.
Those guys the Tigers could take opportunity fire. The Martyrs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're all at long range, but 1, 2, 3, 4 tank units could see that, or 4 tank stacks could see that.
Let's hit them.
Okay, cool. So that is, again, you're at more than half range. So these guns have basically, it has 14, 15, 12, 12. That's the attack factor. That breaks into 3 range brackets. It doubles at 1 or 2 hexes, except the Tigers, which double at 4. It doubles at 2 hexes, except the Tigers. It's normal out to whatever the half range is. Once you get past half range, everything gets divided in 2. because it's now long range. The shells aren't going very fast. Again, every hex here is 150 meters, and we're using realistic World War II engagement ranges. So these tanks don't shoot 3 miles like they do in the Gulf. But this would be 7 and 7, 8 and 8. So we're up to 30 so far. 36, 30, 42.
Okay.
Did I do that math right? Everyone wants to check me. These anti-tank guns are too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can see, but they can't help. This will be these 4 units movement rate, and I will have those mortars spotted. Right now I can't see those mortars because they're in woods. When those mortars fire, I see those muzzle flashes.
I got you.
Okay. So it's 42 on 16. That is 2 to 1. Sorry. Here is the chart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My Tiger Race is going to be happy. We can engage something.
Right? And it's 2 die roll? I can't remember.
It's 1 dice, and you have to roll as low as you can. Your
Yep.
odds are, quite simply, you're on the 2 to 1 table.
Yep. I need a 1.
You need a 1 to kill, but almost anything else pins them down at least.
Hey, we'll do it.
Okay, go ahead.
And I missed. I got a big whopping 6.
A 6, that's epic. Yeah.
I can't believe I got a 6.
See, now you can blame the dice instead of my evil Soviet trickery.
I think I'm going to get real dice. This computer thing sucks.
Yeah? By real dice, you mean weighted dice, right? All right.
Yeah, right. Weighted dice.
That's another reason I like playing Panzer Leader, because who the hell has 6-setters that are deliberately designed to roll 1s? Who does that?
Right?
So. All right, so that is a lot of opportunity fire.
That was a lot up.
So the Germans are off and running for a great game. In all seriousness, I mean, we're going to kid around a lot all day. Super appreciate anybody who plays any of our live war games, especially Panzer Leader. It's not an easy game, at least in this day and age. So anyone who's willing to put up with me ramble through, hours of this nonsense, I do definitely appreciate it. That said, your guys can't shoot for shit.
Yeah.
Half of Leibstad and Adolf Hitler just shot at me. It's like, too bad no one tried to shoot at Hitler yet, because we would have killed him by now, because here's his bodyguard. They don't shoot too well. In all seriousness. Let me finish my movement right here.
Maybe the stormtrooper.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right?
How does that joke go? I saw a movie, a crossover video with a Star Trek red shirt and a Star Wars stormtrooper. They got into a gun battle. The Star Wars stormtrooper missed all of his shots, and the red shirt still died. We're still trying to figure that out. Moving up through the tree line. One thing about T-34s, they are fast. A fucking movement rate of 11. That is absurd. They are really, really fast. They're faster than my light tanks, which have a movement rate of 9. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Bigger engine.
Yep. Bigger engine, wider tracks. T-34s are... T-34, the DNA of the T-34 is with us to this day. If you look at a T-72, those big road wheels, wide tracks, you can trace T-34, T-44, T-54, 55, 62, 72. The T-34's DNA, its grandchildren, are still with us.
Hike. So no shit, there I was.
The Russians
Rich.
are fun to play, because you move everything by the company. You just kind of like go... Brrr.
They're not fun to play.
They are fun to play. You just... And when you start taking losses, you're like, that was fun. I've never played 40K, but this is what I hear when people talk about playing orcs in 40K. You just...
Essentially.
You make up a huge mass of them, and you just, wah your way toward the enemy, and...
Yep. It's a horde.
And the more I read about 40K, the more I am thoroughly convinced that it's all ripped off from the Eastern Front. The more you read about the Eastern Front, the more you're like, wow, I know where they got their ideas now. I mean, you're,
well, you gotta have.
you're these super
Wait a
soldiers.
minute now, they're not ripped off. They were
Inspired. Well, not ripped off because nobody owns the
Inspired.
Eastern Front. Sorry.
Inspired.
Yeah, nobody owns the Eastern Front. But if you think about it,
technically Russia owns these.
well, we'll see. You might have something to say about that in today's game. All right, here's my lighter wing. I'm gonna stay back off the shelf so you can't see me. At least not yet. Now your artillery on the hill might be able to see me.
Yeah.
But the guys on the ground can't see me because I'm staying away from the edge of this plateau. 1, 2. Well, actually, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes, you see Bjorter's comment.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Which one am I after?
The last one, most recent.
Eastern Front was inspired by 40k.
If that's the case, GW has a lot to answer for. Let's just put it that way. The most barbaric single episode in human history.
You know what we should do at our gaming weekend? Hey, we should talk about our gaming weekend. We should
There you
get
go.
Jim to play 40k.
Ah! Good luck with all that bullshit.
Do you know when they turned on the collider and everybody thought it was going to be a black hole?
Yeah, the
that
CERN.
could possibly happen if Jim ever rolls a dice.
The Earth's gonna swallow us all up.
That or Dante's Inferno just opens up under our feet. So it freezes over and there's flying pigs going by and all sorts of stuff going on. Or the Ghostbusters scene, you know.
Funny.
Cats and dogs living together.
I kind of kick myself now, but when I wrote the BattleTech article for On Tabletop back in 2016, I was like, Ariskini is doing something in sci-fi. No, the zombie apocalypse has not happened, the missiles have not been launched, and Donald Trump is not president yet. And then like 2 months later he gets elected. I was like, I really shouldn't have done that. I apologize to everybody. Alrighty, that's gonna wrap.
No politics, Mr. Jim. No politics. This is Sitrep Podcast.
That is not politics.
That's a yellow card.
That is
A yellow card.
Yellow card. He's a yellow card. He's a red card.
Remove one company of T-34.
Oh, I'm sure G's gonna take care of that for me shortly. Anyway.
Yeah. G's got the answer to that.
Okay, I don't know if I suggested, but in all fairness, these batteries of artillery do see these T-34s. Because they're on high ground, and I'm on high ground. They're looking over this valley, they're looking over these trees here on the valley floor.
And I have plenty of range.
Oh, yeah.
Let's knock on your door a little bit, shall we?
Okay, if you want to put a rec counter on the board, maybe you want to shoot at some T-70s. If you shoot at some T-34s, you might it's up to you. The problem is these guys are high explosive shells versus tanks, so they all have. So it's going to be 7, 7, and 10. What is that, 24? So that's going to be a 2-to-1 or on a T-34 platoon or half company, or a 4-to-1 on a T-70 platoon.
Well, you know what? I think I want to go on the T-34s. They're faster.
Okay. They are better.
The T-70?
The T-70s.
Yeah, there's a better unit anyway.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
Let's try and see if we can
it's just
at least.
Okay, your odds of killing it are a lot smaller, like literally
I
1/5.
know.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So all these guys are going to go ahead and open fire on a T-34 platoon. Let me check my math. 7 plus 7. I'm cutting everything in half, rounding up. 7 plus 7 plus 10 is 24. Divided by 9 is 2-to-1. Same odds column as before. Roll 1d6 as low as you can. A 1 kills, 2 through a 5 disperses.
2.
All right, that is a pinned down unit of T-34s.
Okay.
Nice.
So, unlike normal Panzer Leader, we're using Arab Israeli War morale rules, where you have to roll to rally. And the reason they did that is it allows you to give your different sides and different units different morale levels. So you can equate a little bit better with troop quality that way, which is good for the Eastern Front because troop quality was a thing. Whereas in classic Panzerleader, you always automatically rally, and it makes pinning a unit a lot less valuable.
Yeah.
All right, so especially when we're up against a low quality or a lower quality army. Oh my God, playing the Soviets in 1941, the morale is always D. An infantry unit only rallies on a 1. You pin a unit down, you can pretty much forget about them for the rest of the game because they're like, where is their commissar? I don't know what to do. Like for the rest of the game. This is 1943, and it's part of a Guards tank army, so they're a little bit better than that, but they're not as good as, or I should say they're not as solid as SS troops. Especially in this division.
Yep.
Alright, so that's it for my movement. Again, no overruns, no cat attacks. I thought we were going to be in a big battle by now, guys, but G ran away. I do apologize for the slow stream, but G ran away.
Ran away.
I thought for sure that we were going to be in a tank Armageddon in here, but that's what I get for trying to predict how a game's going to go. That's why live games are the best. Alright, I will save the file. So I did the math right before the stream. The total number of units that would go in a full reconstruction of Prokhorovka versus what we have on this table. Roughly 110 counters here, 1,800 counters are about what you need to do Prokhorovka in full scale. We are doing about 6% of the day's total action. And even that's not true, because that game would last like 60 turns, because it was a 12-hour battle. Here we're playing like maybe 5 or 6 turns tops, 4 or 5 turns, you know. So take that 6% and divide it by about 4, because we're only doing like a quarter of the battle's time. Not even less, a tenth of the battle's time. So make that, 5 or 6 turns out of what would normally be a 50 or 60 turn game, 6% of the units involved. In total battle volume, it's 0.6%. So 6% times 1/10. When you take the time factor into it. Not that this is a math game or anything. Okay, we are now on German turn 3.
Alright.
No one's calling in artillery because your artillery batteries all just fired.
Right.
So we're going to skip that phase. We're going to go to direct fire. A lot of your units have already fired. However, German units... okay, let me rephrase that. German tanks have what they call the split move and fire rule. Turreted AFV mobility rule. If you are an AFV, an armored fighting vehicle, and you have a turret of some kind, so not mortars, not Stugs, not Vespas, not Hummels, and you fire, you still get to move half your movement after that. Soviets don't get this until 1944. T-34-85 comes out. They start putting radios in their tanks. Shocker. But German tank crews are a lot better organized as far as communications, tactical flexibility, things like that. So your units that took opportunity fire, except for your mortars and except for your artillery, can still move half, even though they fired. But we're still on fire phase. I don't know if any more of your units want to fire. It's up to you.
Can my mortars lay smoke?
Your mortars can lay smoke because you're not doing it indirect. You're doing it direct as long as they can see the hex and it's within 12 hexes.
2316.
2316. They can totally see that hex and it's totally within range. Look at G getting all tactical on us. Smoke
I just had one of
screens.
the moments where I tried to move your screen. No, because I was like, oh, what's she going to aim for? And because of the delay, why is it not? Oh, yeah. I'm not in control.
That's okay.
Can you zoom out, please?
Yep. I don't think I'm in control half the time. Cool. Only bad news on that front is that, well, actually, let me confirm that.
Man, Piotr, why are you hating on me? Dang. Hating on me.
He put out some smoke in order to
He
retreat.
did say that he was not in favour of your force, G.
I know. Well, there's a long history there. I get it.
You know what, though? Piotr doesn't get to talk too much because, okay, Piotr, spoiler alert, Piotr is from Poland. Great friend of mine. We do Panzerleader a lot. And we did the 80th anniversary of the German invasion of Poland last September. And I set up the army, and we set up the game, and then we get to play, and then he's like, I want to play the Germans. I'm like, really? Okay. And then he won, like, badly. He kicked the crap out of me. I mean, shocker, the Germans won in Poland, but I was like, okay. Then the next time he played the Poles, and damn near won, and Yeah, it gets interesting from there. But yeah, first SS Leibstandarte is one of those units that's like. But anyway, that is going to be the end of our direct fire. Oh, I'm sorry, I got somewhat sidetracked there. The only somewhat bad news is that I now see those mortars because they fired out of a woods hex.
That's fine.
Yeah. I'm just going to use an opportunity fire hex to note that they're spotted, but yeah.
Okay.
Now, these guys can't see them because they're now looking through a smoke screen, but literally 45 Soviet tanks just saw that.
That's okay. Can you zoom out, please?
Yep. Everyone in the chat, please bear with us for another half a turn. I promise. Things are about to get...
They're 800 meters out and they spotted us like a group of mortar shots.
Right? How's that possible? You're in the woods.
System, and never mind the ones further back.
How do you spot a mortar team? It's not like a mortar tube gives off a big report. But hey, whatever. You got to simulate it somehow, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a battery of mortars firing at maximum rate of fire to cover a 250 or 150 meter hex in smoke. Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. All right. Jim.
Yo.
It's my movement phase, yes?
Yes. Unless you want to fire anything else, but yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay, now it's your movement phase.
All right. All those units.
Yep.
In the center of the board around that objective hex.
Yep.
I want them to move down the road to the southeast and then up the road to the northeast.
So you're going to swing this way.
Yes, sir.
All right. She's going to give you another objective hex, guys.
That was a dirty laugh.
Okay, we're going to take this one stack at a time. Martyrs do not get to move because they use split move because they don't have split movement fire. Same here. Tigers get to move 4. So they want to catch the road and go as far as they can. Uh-oh. I don't want to. 1 picks up the road. 2, 3, 4. They get to 1824.
Okay.
All right. Stugs did not fire. They get their full movement rate. Are you going to go ahead and move them the same way?
Move them.
Okay. 1. They're already on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got to scroll the map. 7, 8. Damn. All right. These Mark IIIs are fast.
Mm-hmm.
One good thing about Mark IIIs, they are quick. And they were already on the road and they didn't fire. They were going to smoke everybody here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They passed the Stugs. Honking the horn. Get off the road! We're trying to get somewhere. All right. These guys have to pick up the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're already on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These guys had to fire it, and they have to pick up the road, so they won't be going very fast. 1.
Just move them directly south.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, like so.
No. South to the road and then down the road.
Gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect.
All right. Get rid of these counters. Are no longer needed. Actually, so is this. Just. Okay, I remember that he's. Oh my God. Sorry.
Who's whistling?
Me.
Oh my God. We just need to really test the frequency range of people.
whistling in the microphone. I've done it too. It's bad.
It's animals around the Sitrep listeners' lounges and bedrooms are currently perking up their ears at the sound of Jeep whistling.
It is the opposite of ASMR. It's DSMR. Okay, so how about these half tracks? This little half of a battalion of infantry you've got in the back here.
Which ones?
These 4 platoons of infantry and pioneers.
Those 4, I want to move northwest.
Okay, cool.
Move them as far as they'll go behind those trees and in the valley there.
See if you can find a corridor up there, yeah?
Yeah. Northwest, Jim. That's your other northwest.
Oh,
northwest.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was trying to. Okay.
I know what you're trying to do.
I'll move them right. That's where you told me to put them. That's where you told me to put them. All right. In all seriousness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Which part of the military was he in again, G?
The Marines, the Cran Eaters.
5, 6, 7.
Maybe you have to throw a seagull up to give him a heading.
All right, that was good. I'll take that one.
Oh, shoot. That's funny.
A seagull. I gotcha.
All right.
SS
What do I got left there?
SLS. Oh, God. I'm wondering where the Stugs are. I forgot. We have the Ghost Division of Stugs. They're way the hell over here somewhere.
The low profiles.
All right.
All right. Go to the hill, please.
Yep. Getting there now. All right. Here is Mr. Hill.
All right. Just my command vehicles. You can move them up to 0716 over.
Okay. 1, 2, because you're already on the hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can dismount there if he wants.
Dismount.
Because, yeah, it costs, for anything smaller than a 25-pounder, to unload costs half your movement, which is everything on this table.
Yep.
No 88s, no 105s.
Oh, dang, toughy ears.
Oh, no. Oh, toughy ears, man. That's not typical Marine, doesn't it? Yeah, that's fine.
You have to say port and starboard.
That's fine. That's fine.
Put your lid on.
Alrighty. You can put a lid on it. We can try that. Okay. Okay. Other movement. It looks like those 3 infantry platoons.
Would you zoom out for me, please?
Sure. If Excel wants to cooperate, there we go.
How long does the smoke last?
2 turns.
2 turns.
Zoom out again, please.
Yep. She wants the general's table.
I need my drone cam.
Satellite.
Right? I'm good with everything's placed.
Alright. Cool. Alright. Germans are a little divided. Okay, again, no overruns, no, whatchamacallits. We already knew these guys were spotted, so I don't need that counter there anymore. I'm just trying to keep a neat battlefield here. Or a neat game board, actually. Okay, no overruns, no cat attacks. That closes out the turn. We now go to Soviet turn 3. No artillery, no direct fire. So I'm going straight to movement.
Okay.
Or is there any? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, those mortars are just out of overrun range for my Su-152s, so I think my Su-152s are going to cook it. They're going to open fire. So I've got 20 points. Bad news for me is that it's H-class weapons, so it gets halved against armored targets. Mortar is technically an armored target, so those are only 10 apiece. And I think, well, I know they're more than half range, so I think I may be quartered. Because that is kind of the wrong tool for the wrong job kind of thing.
Oh, that's a darn shame.
It's just a really big tool. Wow, I just said that.
You're a tool.
Versus H versus, yeah, it's still halved. Okay, cool. All right, so it would be 10 apiece. So that's a grand total
1-1.
of 20 versus 6. Well, I got 2 of them, so it would be 10 plus 10 equals 20.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Is
3-1.
Do I want to do that, or do I want to overrun? I want to overrun, but you get to shoot before you get overrun. So I'd rather pin you down and then overrun you. So those two SU-152s are going to go ahead and open fire. SU-152s open fire on the Hitlerite invaders. Death to the fascist occupiers. 20 versus 6 is 3-1. Mr. Webcams are showing. That's a 3. That is a platoon of wrecked martyrs.
Damn.
That's what happens when you leave your units behind. Boom, toast. We don't have to overrun them now because they're wrecked. But oh no, there's more whistling. Come on, Mr. Machine. All right, wreck counters. I doubt they'll make that big of a difference in this game, but again, wreck counters do clog up a hex. They count as a stacking point. They are produced whenever an armored unit, even if it's only a half-track or a Soviet armored car, anything armored is destroyed. It counts as a wreck counter, and it will affect stacking limitations in that hex. So it is the thing. As opposed to these smoke columns, which were wrecked trucks, if a tank is trying to move into a hex occupied by wrecked trucks, it just runs the truck over. I mean, they don't care. But I put regular smoke columns just to show where units have been destroyed. For a grisly kind of fun. Alright, I think that's going to be it for my Soviet fire phase. Now I'm going to go to my movement phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, wait a minute. Let me hook that a little bit to keep out of the range of those tigers. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was a sloppy movement phase, but that's okay. Come on.
So, Gaz,
1, 2,
analyzing
3,
the battlefield, what do you think?
Yes.
What do you think?
I think there's a lot of black and there's a lot of red. And we need to thin these numbers down.
I keep trying. I was about to overrun her and give her the mother of all opportunity fire phases, but then she ran away again. So I don't know what's going on with these SSs.
Ran away.
At least she blew smoke first and then ran off.
There we go again.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Here is my
I'm
baby.
interested to see how this pans out.
I'll be honest with you, so am I, because now I'm like,
Yeah.
where the hell is she going? I mean, she's trying to get around my wing to get up on Hill 252. I mean, I see that, but, I mean, I wish her luck. She's going to get those two, but I'm taking her two. It's going to be interesting. Let's see. Let me not
It's definitely going to be, what you leave behind and what gets run over, essentially. Because you got some heavy hitters, but they're kind of grouped. It's going to be how those engage and what with, I think.
Yeah, because these two divisions don't have anywhere near their full order of battle on the table. Again, we're doing the opening minutes of Prokhorovka, and I don't want the stream to be like a week. So it's a small game comparatively to the size. So the tank density is pretty low. This is going to change in about 2 hours. It's going to be wall-to-wall triple stack tanks. Prokhorovka is madness, as we saw on that earlier screen image.
Madness. It's all madness.
So she thinks she's going to overrun my Soviet paratroopers. That's okay. All right. That's cool. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, these two clowns are going to move 1, 2, 3. Technically, this guy, before he can try to move, has to try to rally. He's a morale B. He rallies on a 1, 2, or a 3. He fails to rally. He remains pinned down.
Loser.
I'm just going to sit here in Hex 1616 and cry. Because someone shot at me, and that wasn't very... Hashtag Red Lives Matter. Don't shoot at me.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Wow.
1, 2... It's Red Lives Matter. Come on. 1, 2,
Oh, my goodness.
3, 4... Alright. And that's going to be it for my movement phase. They're fine where they are. I wrecked all my trucks to get there. So, 1, 2... Get him in the woods and dismount. Oh, I just realized, Red Lives Matter. I apologize to Native Americans on our stream. I was talking about Soviets. How about this?
We know what you meant.
Communist lives matter. Are communists still okay to make fun of? I apologize. All right. Wow, talk about being left behind. Like Ez was just saying. What's going to get left behind? What's going to get curb stomped?
Yeah.
That's when it's dangerous to be a coward. Okay, that's going to be it for my movement. I now own 4 of the 5 objective hexes. The Russians are running away with us. But I have a feeling that's going to change. There's a lot of maneuver in this thread, everybody, but not much firing so far. So, I guess that's cool.
That's cool.
It makes things interesting.
That's cool.
Alright, we are now... Oh, that martyr could have seen all that. Did that martyr want to take another shot at somebody as I was cruising down that road?
Nope.
Okay. I did that movement phase kind of quick. I do apologize.
That's alright.
Technically he's still spotted, but that's why... You know what? Let me use the right counter for the right job. There's a counter for that.
Because counters matter.
They do. In a counter game, they're how you communicate what the hell's going on the table. These games are, mechanic-wise, a lot more involved than pretty much almost, well, not, yeah, any miniature game. Not all hex and counter games are, but this hex and counter game is. Because it doesn't use any of your brain trust into building, painting, any of your hobby space, so to speak. It's just pure theory, or pure math, pure gameplay. So counters are, like game function counters, are kind of important.
Because counter lives matter.
Oh no. But in all seriousness, yeah. To keep track of what the hell's going on here. Okay. We are set for German turn 4.
Roger that.
None of your stuff has fired. None of your stuff has dispersed. Everything's eligible for full fire and or movement. First of all, any indirect artillery? I'm just going to ask to be,
Yes, actually.
Okay, cool. Then you have to write it down what hex you want it to land on. And if you want to engage multiple targets, because you've got 3 artillery batteries, you write down the hex number. I'll zoom out so that you can... Because those batteries can reach a long way.
Yep. I can't see the numbers.
Oh no! But if you how are we gonna do this?
Just zoom in one.
Okay, I'll zoom in one.
This is like a comedy sketch at times.
Right?
Is it?
Okay, I got it.
All right, cool. And that will splash next round.
Okay.
Any artillery battery that just got orders cannot fire direct fire or move.
Okay.
All right, because they're busy. All right.
Okay.
Now we go to direct fire, if you have any.
So if I do indirect fire,
Right.
And I designate a artillery battery to do that, the other 2 can do direct fire?
Absolutely, yeah. It's
Okay.
any individual unit, i.e. counter, that has a mission can't do anything. Anybody else can do whatever.
So do I need to designate the one that's being the indirect fire so you're aware of it?
No.
So for bookkeeping purposes?
No. What?
Okay.
In formal tournament PanzerBlitz, you write down the number of the unit, because in real PanzerBlitz, the numbers have serial numbers on them.
Right.
I love PanzerBlitz, but that's insane. Okay, just I'll take your word for it. Just make sure you don't move or fire that counter.
I will do that, sir.
All right.
Okay.
But technically, it's number of the unit, type of the fire mission, and targeting hex and spotting unit by serial number.
All right.
For the real grognards, but no, we don't do that here.
Okay, so I'm going to go with direct fire mission.
Okay.
It's going to be my artillery battery in 0417.
Got it.
It's going to be firing at 2518.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Have we skipped the airstrike option, or is it after this?
It's whenever that she wants to. The thing is that you only get the airstrikes once.
One attack.
Yeah. Okay. That battery cannot see that hex.
No.
Because he's on the valley.
Sure?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the intervening terrain. 1, 2, 3, 4. The intervening terrain is closer to me on the floor than it is to you. Now, that unit he can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
All right,
3,
we'll take
4.
on that unit then.
Yeah. Cool. So that is going to be an armored target. So it's considered a 7 versus a 5. Is anyone else going to help on that?
Let's go with that Marauder.
Okay.
Martyr over there.
1, 2, 3, 4. He's within half range, so he gets his full attack. He doesn't double, but he doesn't half. He's exactly at half, so he gets 12 plus your 7 we said earlier. That's going to combine together into a 19 versus 5.
Yep. So it's 3-1.
Sadly, yes. That's even given the benefit of rounding up. Yeah, 13 divided by 2 is 7. 7 plus 12 is 19.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to... Oh, the mortars can't see.
No, we'll keep it at that. That's good.
Okay.
So we're 3-1?
Yep. 3-1. 1, 2, or 3 will kill. I think he's automatically dispersed.
How about a 1?
Cool. That is a burning Soviet wreck counter on the map. Yay, we match.
Woo!
Come on, machine. Let's go.
Man, Piotr is on fire today.
Piotr, I'm missing all your comments. I'm so sorry. Because he is funny. I mean, watch our Dien Bien Phu episodes. They actually make me laugh. I listen to him while I'm doing like research or something sometimes, and he says shit sometimes just cracks me up. Oh god. Prepare for an incoming barrage. Please fasten your seatbelts. Oh wait. Splat. Okay. That is a wrecked light tank half company. 5 Soviet tanks are now burning. Cool. Any other direct fire?
Yes. My unit in 0418.
Yep.
It's going to take on the units in 2522.
Those are T-34s. Oh no. Alright, so that is...
Next, so 1 over.
Oh. These guys over here?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Alright, 10-9, 1-1. Unless you have any other
Hold
help.
on. Ain't done yet.
Oh yeah, you've got some friends.
Yeah. Let's put those friends that are on the road there and pop them too, shall we?
Turrets swivel to the rear. So we got 2 14s because they're at exactly half range. So that's going to be 28 plus 10 is 38. Now the question is, how many T-34s do you want to engage?
All of them.
Okay, that's going to be 1-1 because now you're talking about 10 plus 28 is 38 versus 27. Which is not a bad move, especially if you roll a 1, 2, or a 3. You pin a company and a half of tanks.
Let's do it.
Okay.
1-1.
Yep.
I got a 3.
Oh, they are all pinned. Oh no.
All right.
This is when I point out that Tigers are in overrun range. If they want to double back and overrun, they will eat fire from those 2 stacks of T-34s right behind them. 3 stacks of T. So I don't know if I recommend it, but it would be fun.
I don't know if I recommend, but
don't listen to me. Yeah.
No, not yet.
Okay. But the good thing is, I mean, again, just for general PanzerBlitz tactics or whatever, overrunning pinned units. That's classic fire maneuver. You put down fire on a unit, on a target, you pin him down, and then you overrun. The problem here is that he's got way too many friends. Because when you're in the Soviet Army, you have a lot of problems. One problem you never have, you're never lonely.
I got you.
You're never lonely.
Jim, my anti-armor, is that what that is there in 2123?
Yeah, those are your Pak 40s. Those are 2 batteries of anti-tank guns.
Yep.
Their line of fire to the rear is restricted.
Is it?
Well, yeah, because they can't see through this woods hex.
Oh, no, I'm looking at 2524.
Okay, 25... I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong hex. Oop, I'm going the wrong way. Where is 2524?
You were just on it, bud.
My god.
See? Marines. Gotta give them crayons.
Those are my tanks.
I know.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I want to hit them.
Gotcha.
With my anti-armor that's in 21, 22, and 23.
Okay, 21, 22 can't see them because they're shooting through a woods hex. 21, 23 can see them.
All right.
Certainly.
Let's hit them.
Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are at more than half range, so that is going to divide to 7. So it's going to be 1 to 2 against just one of them.
What's the odds table for 1 to 2? Look at it.
Yeah, 1 to 2 pins. Everything else is a miss. Because it's a pretty poor shot. Come on, machine.
1 to 2.
1 to 2, not 2 to 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 or 2 is a pin, and then after that, there's nothing.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Roll 1d6.
2.
Oh, that is 1 unit pinned. Classic German pack front, East Front, 1943. That's now spotted. All right.
Okay. All right, so my Tiger tanks.
Okay.
Are moving. What's their movement factor? It's
8.
hard for me to see them.
Oh, sorry, 8. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to move them to hex 1520.
Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It costs them 2 to mount that hill. They got 1 movement point left. They could go to 16, 19 if they wanted to, but that's about it. Or they could stay where they are.
I'm gonna have them stay right there.
Cool.
All right, my Stugs.
Yep.
Move them up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 12, 16.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going through woods and climbing a hill. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You said 12, 18, right?
Yep.
Okay,
right
cool.
there.
Yep, you have enough movement to do that.
Go.
All right.
Now,
Then
for people who play Panzer Leader in the chat, yes, we are moving through green hex sides. You're normally not allowed to do that. This is Russian summer woods. They're not really woods. These are thin woods. So, yeah, it's just 2 movement points to move through a green hex side. Sorry, go ahead, G.
Where are those Panzers?
Yep, we have Mark 4s and another platoon of Mark 4s.
All right, let's move the first Mark IV up into 1320 if it'll reach.
Where the hell are your 3s? All right, the first one goes to 1524, you said?
No, 1320.
1320, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They do that.
Yep.
They never come out of second gear. Yeah.
And then the second group there.
Yep.
Move them to 1419.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's it.
Well, technically 1, 2, 3. It costs 2 movement points to come off
Oh,
the hill.
there's
3,
volley there.
4,
Okay.
5, 6. Yeah, you still make it. But again,
Okay.
there are Panzer Leader players in the chat, and I'm not, This is a railroad berm that, extends across the whole battlefield.
Where are my 3s?
Hold on. That's what I was just wondering.
Are those my 3s in 21-24?
21. They were up here somewhere. Where the hell did they go?
They shot the road, didn't they? Because they outpaced everything.
Yeah, where the hell did they go?
So, are they further up to the right, or have they become a casualty of war?
They became a casualty of Jim doesn't know how to work Excel.
That berm is really dangerous by the railroad.
What the hell?
3 Mark III's buried somewhere along the
Hold on. This is why I know we're kidding around, but seriously, do watch me because shit like this does happen. 1, 2,
Do you remember
3,
that board tidy earlier,
4,
G?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They should be in 1021. Where in the name of all that is holy are they?
You did call one unit the ghost unit. I think you got
They
the wrong
vanished. I may have literally just hold on, I'm texting it. There they are. I didn't copy them somewhere. Yeah, I may have just accidentally deleted them. I'm sorry. What probably happened is I had them selected somewhere, and then I was doing something else, and I couldn't see it, and I hit delete, and it deleted them off the table. Anyway, there they are. The problem is, we're on the wrong turn. We traveled backwards in time.
Hot tub time machine. They got on the train according to Piotr.
They got on the train. Yep.
They're heading for Moscow as we speak.
Okay, we're fixed. All right.
Fixed?
Yep. So they are now in 1021, and they are awaiting orders.
All right, put them into 11-19.
For Mark IIIs, that is a joke. They don't come out of first gear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Alrighty.
What are those down there in 21-24? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll zoom in a little bit. Those are your Mark IVs that you fired. They do get to move half because they are a turret. They are a turreted AFV.
Just move them. Can they overrun?
Not now because they just fired, but normally yes.
Damn.
So here's how you overrun. You have to get, because PanzerBlitz from the book has different rules which are dumb and encourage crappy behavior on the part of players. You have to reach base-to-base contact. You have to be adjacent to an enemy during your movement phase with 2 movement points left.
Okay.
And the rule that's relevant here is that you can't have previously attacked in the same turn.
Gotcha.
Because overrun is an attack. Yeah.
I would like to move them to 22-22.
Got it? I mean, trust me, I would love to have you overrun me right now. That would be 2 less.
Oh, I bet you
Mark
would.
IVs. Yeah. But in all honesty, yeah, that's not legal. That's when my inner Soviet is like, sure, G, you can overrun me. Where would you like to go? 25-23? Come on in. We got some vodka waiting for you.
Okay, all those infantry guys.
Yep.
Can you zoom out 1 click, please?
Sure. Let me get over there and come in, and then click out 1.
Yep. All right. Run them straight north as far as they'll go.
On foot. All right.
No, they're mounted still, right?
Oh
No,
yeah.
no.
These guys
those
here.
guys. Yep.
I can't reach you, so I can't say that's a bad move. 1, 2, and they're in they're in the 251 Hanomag, so they're gonna haul ass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow.
Yeah, my kingdom for a Sturmovik right now.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
They've looked at all the tanks in the field and gone, do you reckon there's a pub in that town over there?
Yep. That's a Oriskany State Farm.
Yeah.
Does Jake work there?
I don't know.
One more.
I don't think so.
Yeah, go down one.
Oh, one more unit. I thought you meant one more hex.
Yeah.
Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 1, 2. Come on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Thank you. Sherman sightseeing tour.
Hey, Strike into Voids. Sun Tzu, Chapter 3. Okay, any other movement?
No, sir.
Alrighty. I refuse to be distracted by all these shenanigans on my flanks.
Shenanigans.
I hold the center. I hold 4 of 5 objective hexes. I'm fine. I could lose 1 objective hex right now and still win the game. So, you gave me the center of the field, G. If you put it down, I'm going to pick it up. That's how it works.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'm not happy about this. This is... Yeah, she's about to come out of that tree line like the Kool-Aid man on bath salts. That's going to be rough, man. I've got some good defensive units there, but not a lot to counterattack with. Okay, but no worries. Alright, so we're now on Soviet turn 2. No indirect fire, obviously. We go to direct fire. We are going to have us some fun. I can't overrun mortars in woods, but I can fire, so it's time to open fire.
All right, then.
I should have taken opportunity fire on those Mark IVs while they were still moving. Damn it.
You should have.
I should have. But now when you've stopped in a woods hex, I now have to spot you again, which means you get a free fire phase with them. I should have. That's okay. You know what that means? This martyr is just going to turn into a great big burning ball of sadness.
Oh, you think so?
No, I do. He's about to catch fire from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50 Soviet tanks are about to open fire. Literally 50. All right. Because I don't really have much else to shoot at. So here I go.
What's the odds?
Oh, the odds aren't going to be great because Soviet tanks, again, it's not the gun, it's the range. My range is only 6, which means I have after 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, they only count as 5 each. So 4.5 rounds to 5. 1, 2, 3, that's 15. 1, 2, 3, that's another 15, that's 30. And 1, 2, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 5 is 40. That's not quite enough for 7 to 1. Damn it!
Damn it!
The odds column jumps. It goes from 4 to 1 to... Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to throw in at least one of my SU-152s on there. One SU-52 makes it...
It's just a murder, Jim. It's just a murder.
It's the only thing I can see right now. And I got to kill something, because...
Hey, at least Novus Templar's on my side.
Hey!
It takes 50 Ruskies to hit 1 German tank.
1 platoon of German anti-tank guns. But yeah, hey, German tank guns, again, at range and dug down in trees. But absolutely. This, Oriskany Soapbox rant number 974. This is why I love these kind of games, because here is where range matters. On a 15mm table, no disrespect to any 15mm game system out there, you don't see this kind of thing. Because everything's literally within already, on this table, 4 hexes. So everything's already point blank. By the time you're on the table, you're point blank. That's when it gets
2022, G's Back Garden, you're going to see this all the time.
Hey, Gaz, read Tuppy Year's...
Yeah, I just saw.
Hashtag tank range matters, and it's a martyr.
No, read up a couple.
Did the Greeks or Romans win this battle? There's an inside joke there to which I am not privy. Apparently.
Oh, congrats!
I think he's just saying it's taking a long time.
Hey, welcome to Panzer Leader, dude. This is wargaming the way wargaming used to be. It's a shining artifact of the past. All right, so yeah, this is
We're-
a
So
thing.
we're on the 7-1 table.
7-1 table. I think he's dead.
Show
even
your
if I-
7-1 table so people can appreciate the odds on 7-1.
Look at the beautiful Sitrep Podcast, Matt.
Yeah, right. We got to make some. Oh, I'm starting the screen printing, so we'll be able to screen print. So that'd be cool.
Yeah. Even if I roll a 6, I don't need a
It's a
dice.
dead.
It's a dead. Yeah. So yeah, +1 for Woods. Even if I roll a 6, that becomes a 7. He's still killed. When in doubt, or whenever possible, go for at least a 4-1 table. If you can help it, the 7-1 table, and that's when PanzerBlitz gets very analytical, very chessy. Because guess what? The dice don't matter at that point. There's no. Of course, you can't do that for all units, but you have to. That's when you literally select what units you want to do it with. Okay, so now to finish up the center part of my fire phase, I'm going to try to rally these tanks. This guy here, I'm going to try, because these Russians aren't the best.
Let's get your trumpet
5,
out. And...
he fails. The 3 T-34s in 25-22. 2 fail, 1 succeed.
Ooh, not bad.
That's terrible. I got 1 success out of 4. I had 50-50. I should have at least got 2.
I'm trying to make you feel a bit better about your rolling, Jim, but no, you knocked yourself right back down there.
Pity. All right.
Hey, if someone was making fun of me before, you picked the wrong insult when they called this a math game. This is a math game. I know what I'm supposed to... Oh, I have 1 more T-34 here. All right.
About 3 minutes ago, you did confirm that by saying that.
Hey!
Hey!
Well. Okay, now I'm 2 out of 5.
Sweet.
Epic. All right.
Epic.
Now, those guys do not get to move because that technically counted as their attack, and Soviets do not get split move and fire rule, depending on the year, and this is before that. So, all right. So I will now try to move units that did not. Try to move units that did not fire. You know what? Just because apparently it's a thing. Actually, no, I'm not going to be stupid. I'm not going to get distracted by Gianna's Baja off-road race up here to God knows where the hell she thinks she's going. I was about to send some light armor up there to chase down those half-tracks. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to literally show my flank to all this artillery on the high ground. Hi, guys. Don't mind us. We're just kind of... Oh, wait, we're dead.
Jim just caught himself doing ooh, squirrel.
Yeah.
I
I stopped myself just in time. Alrighty.
Man, tough years is hard on Jim.
That's fine. I'm used to it.
Typical Marine, resulting in mathematics to win.
Oh, I know. I don't underestimate my opponent. Oh, dear. Hey,
You take your boots off to count, though.
if that's an insult, I'll take it. 1. Now, this is the Su-150D that did not fire. 1, 2. Should I do that?
I don't know, should you? Do you really want to do that?
That's an objective X up there, and she's gonna get cute and try and take it with these grenadiers from behind.
Would I do something like that?
I wish the hell you would. I got plenty of friends. Dude, we're so welcoming. Come by. we got some chai going. We'll have some vodka from our
Some
battalion.
chai?
Some chai, Russian tea. Yeah. You don't think every British tanks have samovars? You don't think every Russian platoon or company didn't have a samovar for chai? Oh, that was part of their order of battle. Trust me. I wish those engineers were somewhere else right now, but.
Yeah, Marty was very put out when he found nearly every one of our vehicles can boil water.
Right?
I like the fact that the trucks have now got them in as well, so when you're on your way to somewhere, you're making brews on your journey.
You guys have a rough life, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. Man, you, my trade is well known for not having a rough life, let's be honest. Every camp you come into of ours seems to have a fridge and a microwave, even on exercise. Hey, we're Remy, we have to have power. What can I say? Make use of it.
And we were just happy with a card table, a deck of cards, and a bottle of Jack Daniels.
And probably that game that your dad took me through last time I was over. I can't
What,
remember.
Desert Rat?
Yeah.
No, we
1,
played...
2, 3, 4,
Uh-oh!
He's got his boots
5.
off, he's counting.
Hey, Gaz, how about you go and... no, I'm just kidding.
Jump off the cliff.
Hey, can I do opportunity fire?
Yes, as soon as Gaz stops making me laugh in the middle of my movement phase.
He was counting.
1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some of those units could have seen me.
You think? There's only 10 across the wide plain.
1, 2, 3. Well, before 3. 1, 2, 3. You can see me in 20. After this hex row, I vanish. Because now I'm... Well, that's not true because... What? Okay, I'm going to go over the terrain effects table again.
I know that, but
Okay.
I'm looking at two guys that had perfect purview of you all the way down the road.
This hex row, yes.
Yeah.
And that's this guy and this guy. Right. Because apparently this guy has other issues right now. But these two guys, certainly. We'll take our lumps because we know you've got the wrong guns for that job. So bring it.
I was thinking my infantry guys.
Those infantry guys, sadly, they forgot their 1943 javelins and tows.
Damn it!
Yep.
Where's their Panzer Shreks?
That's way too early for that. July 1943. Also, that would be not within range. In seriousness, though, Panzer Shreks are, just as a quick rules question, they are included in enhanced close assault ability. So when I get within 1 hex or even 2 hexes of those guys, it's going to be a different story. Hell yeah, it's going to be a different story.
Disregard. I'm
Okay.
not firing. I don't want to now. You ruined it.
Cool. All right, so I think that's going to be it because those guys all fired or were still dispersed. Next, these guys I have to rearrange a little bit. Like, how about you guys get into woods? Get under cover! Here come the damn Germans. Damn it. Back him up 1, so I got room for that guy in the hex. Fine. Okay, that is it for Soviet turn 4. Oh.
Oh, crap.
That'll be maybe not yet.
You took your finger off the piece. That's it.
My god. Actually. Alright. Alright, now we're done with turn 4. I'll copy over to turn 5. In all seriousness, Toughy Ears, I expected this game to jump off a lot sooner than this. But I got us basically within kicking distance by the beginning of turn 2. We're now beginning turn 5, and there hasn't been that big collision yet.
Nope.
We've been skirmishing a little, but that big holy crap moment is still before us.
Yep.
Neither of them are winning. They just keep running away and postulating.
Not running away.
That's cool. You know what, Gaz? You're absolutely right. There's no way. There's no way the Russians are currently winning this game. You're absolutely right.
That first real engagement needs to count. So this is how it should be. Nobody goes onto a battlefield and gives up their lives easily.
You know what? Number 1, in real life, you're absolutely serious. Number 2, a PanzerBlitz game, when you play between 2 players that actually know the game and are really serious about it or whatever, you'll do this. You'll feint left, feint right, screw around, mess around, go around the flank, and then when it really comes down to it, yeah, the game might be 10 or 12 turns. You might have 100 units on the table. A good Panzer leader game comes down to 1 move.
It does.
One
It's a
big
chess game.
smash somewhere, and then it's like, okay, when is it coming? Where is it? From what angle is it delivered? And what are the odds at that point of contact?
Yeah.
That is a pro-level Panzer leader game. I mean, amateur, like 2 people just playing around, beer and pretzels. Yeah, tanks. Hey, I'll take a shot at 2-1. I'll take that shot at 1-2. But I have now 7 attacks at 7-1. Oh, you thought you won this game. This game was over before it started. That's Panzer Leader when I played at the level. And Gianna has played PanzerBlitz Leader before, so yeah, it wasn't where I expected to. So yeah, I'm a little nervous about this area over here.
I can see why.
I'm very strong on defense. I'm very weak in attack.
Attack. Yeah, you could take the hits, but you've got nothing to lick it out.
Gianna is the opposite. She's very strong. It's very, very strong in attack. Very weak, and she has no infantry over there. So anything she takes, she might not be able to hold. But then again, I'm very weak. I may not be able to take it back. That's going to be interesting over there on Hill 252. By the way, Hill 252 was historically an epicenter, man. That was holy. It was historically where most of Leibstandauer's infantry was. So the real estate is the same place. We're just doing it with different units. We're doing it from a different angle. But that's why I wanted to put at least some objective hexes there. Okay, so that's going to be it for my turn. I'm getting a little crazy over here to the west, but we'll see what happens. We're now on German indirect fire. Now,
Yes.
first thing we do, this is
Yes.
the turn sequence, and it is the way it's written. Call in new artillery before you resolve last turn's artillery.
Mm-hmm.
That is intentional in the published rules. So, if you're calling in any new artillery for turn 6, now's the time. That would include the battery that is currently dropping a fire mission on me if you wanted to.
Nope.
Okay. You don't have to tell me that, so I'll pretend I didn't hear that or whatever, but you would just say, okay, I'm done with my indirect artillery or whatever.
Yep.
So, now we're done with that. We go to resolve last turn's artillery.
Yep.
Cool. So, where were those Hummels dropping all their stuff?
I believe it was 12-15, right there in the middle of your hill 25-22.
25-15.
No,
No.
12-15.
Oh, 12-15.
Yep.
Okay, cool. 12-15 is... Where the hell is 12-15? I got so many
Right in the
counters
middle
on
of
there.
the gap.
Okay.
it's right in the middle of the
Yeah,
infantry
literally
start.
is right in the middle. Okay. No worries.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, G. I will let you, just to show you that I'm
you're
not...
gonna let me?
No. Yeah, I'm going to let you. I'm going to let you roll this twice.
Twice.
Because we're going to have a Oh, wait. I'm about ready to eat some shit. Sorry. I was about to make fun of you, and I don't think I have the cause to now. Yes, I do. In all seriousness, guys, we are playing this virtually, and Gianna does not have, like, personal tactile control of the table. But in all seriousness, she did not have to use indirect fire to hit that hex. You're talking about hex 418, your Hummels, right here?
No.
Right?
No.
No.
4-16.
Oh, okay. That's even worse. Did those Hummels did shoot at something last turn? I'm sorry.
No, they did not.
The Hummels did shoot at...
Those did. Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
The Hummels did, but the
Yeah.
other ones did not. Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, these guys are on elevation 2. They see over those valley, over those trees, because they're shooting on another elevation hex. They saw that personally.
Yep.
They did not have to use indirect fire on that, so they could have done that last turn.
Okay.
But that's all
I
right.
just did it just to do it.
Okay. That's going to be an interesting mixed result because you're dropping HE on both soft and hard targets. So this is going to be awesome. All right, first of all,
Hey, Rasmus. Hello.
Hey, Rasmus!
what's going on, sir?
I cannot wait for gaming weekend. Whoop!
That is going to be epic. All right, so that battery has a total of 13 points. It lands on... How far is that? How far is that? How far is that?
Oh, wait a minute. You were playing an RPG but didn't include us? Wow. Thanks, Rasmus.
Okay, half range. Within half range, I think you get double for direct fire, but you're more than half range. But anyway, 13 versus 6. That is 2-1 on the soft target on the rifle platoon in there.
Okay.
And
So
then,
we rolling individually then on these?
yeah, you do get to roll against again artillery of that type. When the H is in parentheses, it affects everything in the hex.
Yep.
For an indirect fire mission. So, cool. Yeah, so we'll do that one first. It's 2-to-1 on the soft target.
Okay.
Can you imagine this in real life? With all the units around them, if it hits really hard and manages to do a lot of damage, the morale impact on being on that hill.
Right? How about a 3, Jim?
A 3 is a dispersed on 2-to-1.
Dang it, just said dispersed on a 2-to-1.
2-to-1. You need a 1 to kill him.
Yeah, that's all right. My Danish is not so good, Rasmus.
Oh no. Okay.
I like Danish.
I like cheese Danish and strawberry Danish and raspberry Danish.
Yeah, Danish.
Is that what the kind of Danish we're talking about?
I can definitely talk that type of Danish. I'll consume it while we talk about it as well.
I am an expert at that kind of Danish. So we have then 13 against hard targets is halved. So the 13 becomes a 7. 7 versus 2 9s. You get to roll 1 to 2, but you get to roll it twice because there are 2 platoons of tanks in there. Again, it affects everything in the hex. So you get 2 rolls on the 1 to 2 table. A 1 or a 2 will disperse the T-34 platoon.
Okay. I got a 1 and a 2.
Cool, and disperse the whole stack. That was a good artillery mission.
That's going to be a problem, Jim.
Yep. Could have been a little worse. If it was one of these stacks, well, whether or not it kills anybody is almost just up to the dice. But if it had been one of these, now they're pinned. What comes right after indirect fire? Direct fire. Oh, Stugs. And these rifle platoons are very, very sad. And very dead. What some of the secret sauce in PanzerBlitz and PanzerLeader is stacking up multiple attacks within the same phase, because then the enemy gets pinned or dispersed in this game, and then when you're dispersed, subtract 1 from all your die rolls, and a double D is a kill. Yeah, you are hella vulnerable. Now she's not going to be able to attack these guys again, I don't think, unless she hits me with direct fire from these 2 batteries, which again I've already divulged that she can. So she may wind up killing some people in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
All right, so that's it for indirect fire. We go to direct fire.
All right, direct fire missions. You know what? Since you kindly pointed those out to me,
There you go.
let's do it.
Hey, I'm a dirty commie, but I'm a fair dirty commie. I'm just reconfirming. Totally line of sight there.
Yep.
And this one is close. It
Can they see?
almost nicks this corner right there, but they can see it.
Can they see the group in? Are those all HE? They're not armor piercing, right?
Yeah,
It's just HE?
they're all 10.5s or 15.0 centimeter HEs.
Okay. Let's pop both of them into that square.
In that same hex?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So if we're going to combine it together, we're now looking at a total of, again, against the soft target first, 7 plus 10, soft target. 13 plus 20 is 23. It is 3-to-1.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Okay. We're going to combine these 2 against the soft target. 13 plus 20 is 33. Sorry. 33. My bad. 33 versus 6 is 4-to-1. Yes. However, I am dispersed and a double D kills. So here's the magic of stacked attacks.
4-to-1.
4-to-1. You subtract 1 from your die roll, and a double D kills. You would have to roll an 8 to miss.
I rolled a 5.
Doesn't matter. You would literally have to roll an 8 to not kill him.
Yep.
This is when PanzerBlitz will allow you to make the dice not matter. If you don't like your dice, there are ways to just take the dice out of the game.
Nice.
So that was that. That was the easy part. I will put in a rec counter, or not a rec counter, but a smoke column. Meanwhile, we have against the hard targets. Cool. It looks like Marty is going to join our call. That would be awesome. More people to make fun of me. I actually kind of love it. All right, so we got 7 plus 10. This is against the hard target now, so everything is halved.
Yep.
Is 17 against 9. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, that's even rounding up. It's 17-9. I'm sorry. It's still 1-1, but you do get to subtract 1 from the die roll, and a double D will kill it.
All right, so I'm
Sorry,
rolling for 2, right?
17 against 9 is, yes, still technically 1-1. Guys in
But
the
if
chat,
we round up, it's 2-1.
you always round in favor of the defender. When I said round up, I mean we divide 13 and 2 is 6.5. That becomes 7.
That's cool. It's cool. All right, 1-1. Rolling 2 dice for the 2 units in the back.
G getting all defensive.
Oh no!
Wow,
I got
my voice has changed quite a bit since I last chatted to you.
All right, 2 and a. Hey, we're playing a game here. Hush. 2 and a 4.
Okay, we're on 1-1, subtracting
Oh, I might-
1 from the die roll because those both
3 and
units
a
are
1.
dispersed. Become a 3 and a 1. The 3, he's dispersed. He's still dispersed. However, the 2 that gets modified to a 1 is now a double D. I was just talking about this. That's a kill.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
That is German artillery landing on the roof of T-34s. That's not what it was designed to do, but guess what?
Well, we'll take it.
It does it anyway. I have a Soviet rec counter on the map somewhere already I can use. It's faster to grab one from the table. I don't have to resize it. Okay, sorry guys, we were in the middle of a kind of a complicated fire phase there. What's going on in the chat? Jim's using maths again, right? So Marty, are you on the call now?
I am.
What's going on, dude?
So, my interwebs was messing with me, so I had to, I think, because I'm on my phone. I think it was my phone, so I had to restart before I jumped on, and now it seems to be working well.
Cool. You arrived just too late to watch G run away. She ran away twice. It was great.
Run away.
Run away. Hey, she gave me the center of the battlefield, and I picked it up.
I thought this was supposed to be combat.
Yeah. Well, it's becoming combat now. I think the running away part of the game is finally coming to an end. We do have some.
Does that mean you've trapped G?
Nope.
It means I'm currently winning 4-1. However, I'm funny. She's going to make a play for at least one objective X. So, I think I basically there are 5 objective X's on the table. I've taken 4 of them. I now just have to hold at least 3 by the end of the turn. By the end of the game.
3.
So.
How many turns are you guys playing?
I was going to go to a 4 or 5, but we're at 5 now, and now would be an unfair place to stop. It's really as long as G's willing to play, to be perfectly honest.
All right, let's go.
All right.
I got more stuff to do.
Absolutely. Fire phase. Go for it.
All right. My aircraft calling in an airstrike.
Oh, no. Here come the HS-123s. All right. They can appear anywhere on the table.
They are going to strike at grid 2, 2, 1, 5.
Oh no. Okay, here they come. There's no real flak on the table, so positioning doesn't really matter. I'm trying to keep this game a little simple. Big but simple. So we've got you've got 2 options. Neither of them are great, because these things that you're attacking have like a foot of steel on all 4 sides. They have a 16 defense factor. Now, within 2 hexes is pretty much how close you want to get. So again, there's no flak on the table, so yeah, you're going to get close. We have a grand total of 2 A-class cannon attacks. That's going to be 5 and 5. They double at point-blank range. They become 10 and 10, 20. Or you can drop bombs, which would be bad, because then it's 4 and 4 against 16. Because, again, these things are armored to hell and gone. Weak bomb attack, strong cannon attack. The Russian bombers are the opposite. But you got pretty strong guns. 2 10s, that becomes 20 versus 16. That will be 1-1 against one of them. Or you could attack something squishier, but right.
Let's go squishy.
Okay.
I like squishy. Let's go squishy.
We got pinned down T-34s. We've got light armor up here by the objective hex.
Let's go with the pin downs. Let's try those. We
are re-vectoring to secondary target. Those things are scary. The Germans are running away a 3rd time. This is great.
Oh, they're not.
Even the aircraft are running away.
They're not running away. They were remissioned.
Thank you, Marty.
They got in front of those Su-152s and said, Oh my God, that's not a moon, it's a space station! And they said, we're going to go somewhere else.
Right.
Alright, so now we're talking about, again, we're still at 20, against 9s, because those 5s double. So it's 29, it's 2 to 1. However, subtract 1 from the die roll and a double D will do it. One of my favorite phrases.
Right.
And I will leave you all to make your own double entendres from that.
Well, I'm sorry. What's our odds here?
You're 20 to 9 if you attack one dispersed T-34 platoon, because it's 5 plus 5 is 10.
2 to 1.
Doubles to 20 because you're point blank with A-class weapons.
Yep.
20 to 9 is 2 to 1. You're there on that column. However,
Yep.
again, the usual modifiers apply for a dispersed unit. Subtract 1 from the die roll, and a double D is a kill.
I have a 2 minus a 1 is a 1.
That's cool. That is another killed T-34 platoon, or technically half company.
Woohoo!
Kaboom. Now, that A-class attack you can use 4 times, because that's chain guns in the plane. That's not as bombs.
Nice.
Bombs, you literally can jump once. Yeah. Those HS-129s are pretty good.
Can I task them to other units, or they have to attack the same grid?
Oh, no. Every turn you can do something else with them. You can do whatever you want.
All right.
Now, I mean, obviously next turn.
Right.
But, yeah. Until they run out of ammo, pretty much.
Right.
In real life, Kursk was these 2 gigantic tank armies met. Marty, you missed before where we were showing how big the Battle of Kursk actually was. We figured it out. Mathematically, this is 6% of 6/10 of 1% of the battle. 0.6%. But when these 2 armies met, they kicked up so much smoke and so much dust that they also had 2 huge air fleets engage over the top of these tanks to bomb enemy tanks, kind of like what she's doing here. They couldn't see anything by like the second hour of the battle because there's that much dust. It's like a volcano going off. So they just went after each other. And we have accounts of German and Russian tank crewmen who were there, and they're in this smoky, fiery hell, fighting at like 20 paces. In this absolute cauldron, and then out of nowhere a burning plane would just fall out of the smoke and land on somebody, because there's this whole other air battle going on over top that they can't even see. So I wanted to put some aircraft on the table to reflect at least a little taste of that. G's here, so I said, you know what, let me get her as close to an A-10 as I can, and that's the HS-129.
Oh, you're too kind.
Would there have been Focke-Wulf's 190 Alphas there?
Focke-Wulf, I don't. Why on earth do you bring up that particular aircraft? That seems like a weirdly specific reference, Gaz. Why do you bring that up?
Will we be seeing those in the near future?
Yes, quite possibly Tuesday night's video, maybe, of a painting session of a Focke-Wulf 190 Alpha.
Nice.
The butcher
Is
bird,
it on
as the
fire,
allies called
crashing
it.
to the ground in a pile of
Wrecked Soviet tanks, yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so any more fire missions? Direct fire missions?
I'm gonna go crazy. Can I go crazy?
Go
Direct
sure.
fire.
Yep.
Direct fire. No direct fire. Well, no.
How about
well,
down here in the south a little?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Up here, you legit can't see anything yet, but down here maybe a little.
No.
Okay.
My anti-armor guys.
Yep. Pack 40s.
My Pack 40s. Let's see if we can hit those guys again.
Cool. Yeah, that's what happens when you fail to rally. You get hit again, especially when in an open field. So Pack 40, anti-tank guns, swivel to the back and say peace. Boom. All right. So who are they engaging?
The same units, 25, 24.
Are you trying to disperse another one or kill the dispersed guy?
You know what? Let's just try and kill it.
Okay. He is, unfortunately for him, greater than half range, so he gets reduced to a 7. 7 to 9 is 1 to 2. However, you get to subtract 1 from your die roll.
Okay. Six. Not gonna help me.
All right, that is no effect. We have
No
2
effect.
platoons of Mark IVs down there, if that, unless you wanted to move them. Well, again, German tanks can technically do both.
Yep.
To a certain degree.
My Mark IVs I want to overrun.
Okay. Cool. Where are they going to overrun to?
Well, for the shits and giggles, because we haven't done it yet, let's pop them right into 25, 22.
That will... Okay, the commander of those Mark IVs say, sir, repeat.
Good call.
Yeah. 25, 22. Well, yeah, he's got... They all double. He doubles. He doesn't get this shit because he's dispersed. That will literally be the last thing that they do.
I know.
It's probably still the last thing they do, but if they do this, now these guys, 1, 2, 3, don't double. They're still going to double. They don't double, and they get halved. There's going to be a little less direct fire coming at you.
Yeah,
I still think it's enough to kill, but at least now it's not like blatant suicide. Okay, so I'm going to need the calculator for this one.
There was no math.
No math in Panzerleader.
Right, have a good night.
That is, Piotr, take it easy, man. I wish I could have paid more attention to your comments. Thank you. Okay, so those two tank platoons double. The one that's dispersed doesn't get to shoot. Now we have the stack of 3 that's behind them. They're going to be normal because they're greater than 2. 9, 9, 9. Now we have the one in 25, 22, 9 more. The guy that's dispersed does not get to shoot. The guy that's burning doesn't get to shoot. The guy that is in 26, 21, they are all halved. 5, 5, 5. I'm now at like 11 to 1. No, because I want to engage both of them. And the T-70s are out of range. So I have a grand total of 87 points. I'm going to stop at 56. 18 plus... Hold on. 18 plus 18 plus 9, 9, 9. Okay, so these two stacks, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, are going to fire 7 to 1 on the first platoon of Mark IVs. That's it for them. No, I don't need a dice. And now the other one at least has a fighting chance, although it is a slim one. Okay, we have 1 to 9, that's normal. And then we have 1, 2, 3 that cut in half. 5, 5, 5 equals 24, and those marks are out of range. So it's going to be, looks like 24 to 7. That's 3 to 1. Yeah, that's the end of that. I may not kill him, but he's not overrunning anybody. That is a 5. He is dispersed on the 3 to 1 table. Now, the good news is this entire Soviet brigade has fired.
That's right.
Yep. They will be doing nothing next turn.
That's right.
Okay. And that's going to be it for that movement phase. Any other movement phase?
Yep.
Okay.
See all those tanks sitting there?
Yep.
They're all going to move directly north into contact.
Okay. It's time for a Panzer front. Clunk. Clunk. Thank God for those trees. If it wasn't for those trees, you'd be overrunning me right now, and that would be very bad. Alright, so, like that, correct me if I'm wrong anywhere?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, and
then my Tigers,
yep,
they're going to go up and hit that, was it a T-34 sitting there all by its lonesome?
Yeah, that's an overrun attack that might actually work. 1, 2, 3. He can fire at double. Let me see if these guys have line of sight. They won't double, that's for sure. Also, they're shooting at Tigers, not Mark IVs. Those are Mark IVs without full Schützen. They're Mark Gs. That's why their defense is only a 7 and not an 8. Oh, no line of sight there. Because Hex 1416 blocks him. Definitely none there. Definitely none there. Okay, he is literally by himself. So it's 18 versus 12. I'm going to go ahead and shoot at one of them. There is the result. 5 is a miss. So Wittmann, have fun, dude. We are looking at 30 versus 9 is 3 to 1. Oh wait, this is an overrun. Overrun attack automatically goes up a column. It becomes 4 to 1.
Whee!
It subtracts 2 from the die roll. So the lowest you can roll, the worst dice you can get is a 4. modified. You literally, I mean, you can roll a dice if it makes you feel better, but you don't need it.
I don't want to.
Let's
just go with the
there's
moral
literally
victory.
there's no result that saves them.
Okay.
Their only chance was to disperse one Tiger platoon, and then they had a chance. But nope, they are dead.
Okay.
Go Tigers!
Ouch, ouch, ouch. Jim, could you just remind us what the Army's morale rating is? We have a question on YouTube.
Oh, sorry. We are looking at A for the A for the SS, the Germans, and a B for the Soviets. We kept this one kind of simple. Use the bombs on the Paris. There you go. Ben's calling it. Ben has been playing Panzer Leader with me since like the mid 80s. So yeah, he knows all the tricks. And he will also tell you that it's not a PanzerBlitz game until a Tiger kills a T-34. Now it's a PanzerBlitz game.
There you go.
That's classic PanzerBlitz. That's like a Panther shooting out of a hedgerow at a Sherman in Normandy. Now it's a Panzer Leader game. For PanzerBlitz, East Front, it's Tigers versus T-34s. Okay.
Okay.
We have the mother of all cat attacks coming up, but that will be in my turn. Infantry coming out of the woods. Hoorah! Against Soviet tanks. But then, now she has all that stuff spotted. She's going to call in artillery missions on me like a big dog. That's why she put those Vespas and those Hummels up on that other hill. Okay. I actually have a real live opponent this time. Alright, in all seriousness... Okay, I'm sorry, I keep interrupting your turn. Any other movement?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, we will now go to Soviet turn 5. Soviet turn 5 is... No...
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Jim.
Go ahead.
I totally forgot about my guys up north.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. Battle Group Baja, that's all I'm going to call them for the rest of the game. Hey, charts, get the hell out of the way. I already moved you. What the hell? Okay.
Alright, let's move them into the state farm, shall we?
Oh, no. 1...
Put them right in the T road if they'll go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now they're on the 8, 9. They get there.
That's good.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they're all going to pile up right behind it in a column. Something like that.
That's good.
Okay, cool. Now I have a place to put my charts. The referee things. Alright, cool.
Alright, movement done.
Okay, now we're on Russian turn 5. No artillery fire, direct fire. Oh yes, we're going to take care of some of that artillery. Because that artillery is the only way she's really going to crank that position over there. So, direct fire, not all my guys can shoot, but some of them can. And some of them are at extreme range. In fact, all of them are at extreme range. But that's okay, because those Vespas are in the open, and they are kind of squishy. Basically, those 5 Su-76 half companies, 1446th, are going to go ahead and cook off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These guys can't see. The trees are literally in the way. So, however, I'm at greater than half range because, man, Russian ranges are terrible. So everything gets divided in half because the Vespa does count as an armored unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5 is 25 versus 5, 4-1. Time to do it. Turn on Mr. Webcam. Mr. Vespa, it was so nice knowing you. Thanks for playing. Marty, tell him what she wins.
Time out.
Okay.
Good. You said they were halved.
Yeah.
What's the range? What's the fire?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5 is 25.
Okay.
Yep, 5.
I was looking at the wrong. Looking at the wrong thing.
No worries. Yeah, 6 is their defense, 5 is their range. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all in range, but they're at greater than half, which is why they're divided. So it's a grand total of 25 versus 5 equals 4-1. That is a burning battery of Vespas. Which I will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays because I hate Vespas.
Every time you say that, I just think of a set of
little
scooters
scooter.
in a line.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, am I referencing something I don't even know I'm referencing?
The Vespa
Little
scooter.
Italian.
Oh,
scooter.
gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's German for wasp. I don't speak German, but. All right, cool. That's it for that fire. Those other three have not fired yet, so I will. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and fire them now. They're going to fire at those mortars before they.
Are they now?
Yeah. Now it's A class against soft targets, so again I have to divide. So it's 15 versus 3. Again, 4 to 1. However, you get +1 for woods. So 4 to 1, +1 for woods. And as a 2, that becomes a 3. That
Boom.
is a wrecked battery of Granatenwerfers, 34. 8cm mortars.
Yeah, they were useless anyways.
Except for smoke screens. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Honestly. There were some useless Soviet pieces. I literally didn't even put them in the table. I was like, oh, it's just going to take up space. Slow down the stream. Okay. That's it for the... Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Not that it's a history question. It doesn't really matter for game purposes. I had my batteries mixed up.
Oh, God, no! Wrong labels.
Hey. Somebody is going to at me 2 years from now in YouTube saying, sir, I believe you meant the... I already have to defend my decision to make the 1446 armed with Su-76s instead of Su-85s. I welcome that conversation. Pack a
Jim, what
lunch.
turn are we on?
We are finishing turn 5.
Okay.
Speaking of labels. Okay, so that's it for that battery over here. Nothing really. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know why this guy hasn't fired yet. Because he knows the second he does, these clowns are going to do something. Leave that. Okay, nothing. And down here. Okay, that's going to be it for direct fire. We now go to Soviet movement, starting with vehicles. No. Every time I think about moving those guys, I look at these tigers. They're going to snatch my objective X away from me. Shit, they might do it anyway. Those are friggin' tigers.
I was going to say, there's a pretty good chance they might just do that.
They might do that anyway. That's going to be a clash of the Titans, man. Tigers versus Su-152s. That's going to be the heavyweight match. That's going to be Foreman versus Ali right there.
Well, the Germans have got their ace.
Yep. Michael Wittmann is in one of those two
He
tiger
lives up
positions.
to that reputation of his shiny teeth.
Yep. Okay, so like I said, that's Russian vehicle. Before I finish the Soviet fire phase, try to rally. Unsuccessful. Try to rally. Unsuccessful. Oh my God. The Russians are like, oh, these Germans, they're shooting with real bullets. This isn't nice. I have one more T-34 platoon that was pinned down by Gianna's artillery. Another failure. That's okay. 3 morale failures back to back, because reasons. All right.
Now, Martin's dice there. He tends to do that in battle space a lot, from what he says.
Do I mark my dice, or?
Have you got Marty's dice?
Oh God, yeah.
He used to roll really badly for battle space after the last interview.
Okay. There's going to be a little. Let me zoom in here because this is going to get complicated. Spoiler alert, I'm about to launch a hell of a cat attack out of these woods versus these this front rank of tanks, or at least some of them. They're already adjacent, so there's no movement, i.e. no opportunity fire from the German tanks, except the units I'm going to move in there. Now, in other words, 1, 2, now he gets to participate in the cat attack. However, he had to move to get there. I.e., you can do opportunity fire against that Guards Airborne platoon. You cannot do opportunity fire against these 2 rifle platoons, because they did not have to move before they yelled "Urrah" and rushed out of the woods.
Nope.
Okay. I don't know if I want to overdo this. I can only put one additional unit in there because, again, that burning wreck counter counts as just a unit for sacking purposes. Okay, that's going to be it for my movement because all these people all fired except for those T-70s. Those T-70s are fine, at least for now. Where do those Mark IVs go? Oh, that's right, they got blew up. Oh, guess what? We're gonna overrun some Mark IVs with this one company that didn't fire because they were out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God! When was the last time anybody overran anybody with T-70s? I will catch some opportunity fire if you want from your Pack 40s. They're in hex.
Yep.
21, 23. All right, they are still. Ooh. Okay, here's where position matters. If this was a fair world, I would overrun you from this location, i.e., you're never within half range. However, that stack there is that hex is already filled, so I have to do it this way. Mm-hmm. If I did it this way, I would run out of movement points because of those woods. So I have to do it again. You have to reach there with 2 movement points left over for the actual overrun. So, long story short, take your 10th shot of the day.
Yay.
1, 2, 3. You're within half range. You get full 13 attack power.
Cool.
So 13 against 5 is 2 to 1. Unless you want to engage 2 of them, then you can engage at 1 to 1. Sometimes.
You know what? Let's do 1 to 1.
Okay, you have to roll a 1, 2, or a 3.
Okay. So I'm rolling 2 dice for 2 units.
You're rolling 1 dice because it's 1 attack. You're attacking with 1 unit.
Oh, okay.
And then that
But
result.
I'm engaging 2, right?
Yeah, that result applies against both targets that you engage.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. 3.
3. You may have just saved those Mark IVs. Because once I get pinned down here, that means I cannot overrun. There is 1 left. Just in case anybody asks, these guys fired with opportunity fire, so they cannot do an overrun. That's why I'm not attacking with those guys. There's only 1 unit left. That's 1 little platoon of T-70s. 4 against 7 is 1 to 2. Becomes 1 to 1. Subtract 2 from the die roll. I might still do it. 1 to 1, subtract 2 from the die roll, and a double D is a kill. Show webcam in advance.
Here we go.
Here comes Big Jim Ariskity throwing that brick.
6.
3 becomes 2 because of dispersal becomes it's an overrun.
Yep.
Subtract 3, he's destroyed.
Yep.
Boom.
Awesome. He did it after all.
Nice.
Awesome. And that will be it for my movement phase. I am now going to execute that cat attack. Cat attacks always close the turn. It's the last thing that happens in a Panzer leader turn. Okay. We are now looking at the mother of all cat attacks. Oh boy. Actually, not really. Okay. These guys cannot really cat attack because it would be more than 1 to 4 odds, or worse than 1 to 4 odds, I believe. And once it becomes worse than 1 to 4, it is now legally prohibited. You tell the guys to attack, and they call back on the radio and they say, no.
Screw you.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those guards airborne are badass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 total versus your 21. It is 1 to 2 odds. It's a cat attack. It does not become 1 to 1. However, I still get to subtract 2 from the die roll. So it's 1 to 2, subtract 2. I'm hoping to pin down that entire stack of Mark IIIs. Note to the chat, you cannot selectively cat attack or overrun units within a stack. You have to do the whole thing. If you're gonna Leroy Jenkins into an enemy hex, you have to attack the whole hex. You can't say, oh, I'm only overrunning these guys, but not those guys. Anyway, 1 to 2, subtract 2 from the die roll. Basically, I'm looking for a 1 would be nice. But a 1 through a 4 is a dispersal, is what I'm really kind of going for here. I'm trying to slow down her armored attack on that objective hex there on Hill 252. 1d6, give me a good number, please. A 2 becomes a 0. Still dispersed. They survived. Barely. That is the classic East Front. What was that noise? You just heard "oorah" really loud. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 50. 300 Soviets just overran 15 German tanks. And the battle is still in progress because I did not actually kill them. And that concludes Soviet turn 5. Again, G, it's totally up to you. We can totally stop whenever you want because I know the stream's getting long. I promise I won't even make fun of you because, again, right now I happen to hold 4 objective hexes. I don't know if I would hold all 4 for the remainder of 10 turns. So it's totally up to you.
Jim?
Yep.
What if I propose we do a part 2?
There you go. We can
finish the 10 turns.
We can totally do this. That's the glory of this thing. You don't have to ruin your dining room table for the rest of the week. I just save the file. I can send you the file. And you can like look things over, plan things out properly. Because I know that playing like this virtually is kind of a pain. You never really see the whole. You're plotting artillery, and you're like, can you zoom into the northeast? Can you zoom into the northeast a little bit? I'm like, gee, I wonder where she's dropping her artillery. Right. It is a disadvantage playing like this. So I can send you this file, and you can look at it, during the week. And if you wanted to either do it next Sunday or at a later date, that's totally up to you.
Well, we could do it next Sunday. I just got to check schedule. But remember, at the end of the month, we still got to do the Sitrep Cup, Gaz versus us.
Oh.
Or American Revolution, right?
That's true. If we're still into that, certainly I can build that scenario.
Yeah, gotta have the Sitrep Cup.
That would actually. Cup
yet, though.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna print it this week.
Cool. Well, yeah. However you guys want to do it, I literally just have to. I mean, all the hard work is done. I was up till 7 in the morning working on this, but all the work is done. I save it, I tuck it away, and yeah, we can get another day's worth of content out of it, easy.
Okay. So let's tentatively schedule it to finish up next Sunday.
Okay.
Like I said, just got to check my schedule, and then we can start planning for the Sitrep Cup, the final Sunday of the month.
Awesome. All right, guys. In that case, we're going to go ahead, and we are now exactly halfway through the game. And when we come back next week, we won't have to go through all the historical background. Again, largest tank battle in history, largest ground battle in human history.
Yep.
So you can't skip the background. There is going to be a little bit to it. But we went through all that. Everyone knows the situation. What I'll pretty much say next week, or whenever we finish, I'll be like, hey guys, this is part 2 of our game. Check out our previous stream. It's on YouTube, it's on Twitch, and it gets all the background if you're interested. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and finish up. Also, Panzer Leader, the first half of the game is usually 2/3 of the time. The second half of the game is 1/3. Because everyone kind of already knows what they're doing, and everyone's kind of locked up in combat. And also, people tend to have fewer units for some weird reason. But cool. All right, guys. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out today's stream. Thanks again, everybody, for coming out. Let me check the stream one more time. Rasmus, hello. Tough Ears, has G won yet? G is about to turn the tide, or at least make one hell of a bid to it. I'm still winning 4 out of 5 objective hexes. However, she is poised to hit at least 1. However, I might take that eastern hill too, or western hill, but I doubt it. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your game, guys. I've got to catch up. Okay, cool. Everybody, I'm going to go ahead and take off. I'm just thanking everybody who's still in our chat. Thanks for sticking with us this long. Yes, Rasmus, aim stuff is dead. Yeah, the second half of a game is much faster than the first half. Tuffy Ears, boo. Why boo? She's about to... Tuffy Ears just hates me, but that's cool. I love it. He's like tough. You know what Tuffy Ears reminds me of? We need to get Tuffy Ears a friend, because that way we could have those 2 Muppets that are up in the corner that are always laughing at Kermit. That's every time I see a Tuffy Ears comment, I think of those 2 guys up there in the box, and I guess that makes me Fozzie Bear or Kermit, which I'll take any day. But in all seriousness, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for now. do remember, if you're interested in checking out our February 19th through 21st St. Valentine's Day gaming event,
The massacre.
there you go. There is we're emailing sitrep@gmail.com. No, sitrep.podcast@gmail.com. Is that still correct, G?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And there's a link in Discord server for the sign-up sheet, or we can send you the link if you email us.
Yep, and it's sitrep.podcast@gmail.com. We'll send you a link, sign up, and it's going to be an awesome event.
Yeah, I think we only have like 7 spaces left. At this point.
Cool. We're getting there. Awesome. It's
Yeah.
going to fill up quick.
So we've got 43 people registered.
You guys gave me a heart attack when that came out in stream a couple of weeks ago. Someone said there's already 50 people signed up. I was like, no. I was like, how do I phrase it without sounding negative? We can't handle 50 people. No, because that wouldn't be fair to anybody.
Yeah. 49's the max.
There you go. Yeah. Let's be reasonable. 50, a touch much. 49, okay, we're good.
Oh, done. Yeah. Piece of cake.
Boo because you killed the German. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Tough Ears. Novus Templar, looking forward to the event. That's going to be awesome. Novus Templar, I look forward to meeting you in person. That's going to be epic. I mean, I feel like I've met you a million times here on Twitch, on Discord, on YouTube, on every other platform. So yes, if you like this stream, consider, giving us a like, giving us a subscribe, hit the notification button. We're on Twitch. We have a Discord. You can, again, sitrep.podcast@gmail.com, or you can send a link, you can drop a comment on this YouTube channel, and if you want an invite link to the Discord server, I can send you one. Was the end of that very badly mangled sentence. If you're interested in our Discord channel, let us know. I'll send you the link.
Jim, you have a ton of stuff on that Discord channel, so people should definitely check it out.
We're trying to get it started. And actually, Gaz is putting work on there too. Some of our community members, Skobak's on there. He's putting on some I think they're T-64s or T-60. I can't remember what. T-55s. I'm sorry, at 10 mil. He's building up a hell of a Cold War force on there. So there's some stuff going on over there. We are trying to get that kind of off the ground. So
we'll have to see if we can get Chris Long to put some stuff on there. I know he's making his army. I'm trying. What scale is he in? Is he 10 mil?
10 mil for North Hag. Yeah.
He's all over the place. He's doing some in 10. He's doing. It sounds like he's doing the whole Little Round Top in 28.
Wow.
I think. I mean, he's talking about the 20th Maine, 83rd Pennsylvania, or
Right.
106. I can't remember the other word. 15th Alabama for the Confederates. He's setting up for Little Round. I said Little Round Top, right? Okay. Last stream I said Little Bighorn, and I was like, oh my god, I was so embarrassed. Running these streams can put a tax on my brain, guys. But in all seriousness, we got tons of stuff going on different platforms. If you're interested in our upcoming event, drop us an email. We will send you a link and get you signed up ASAP. But for now, we're going to go ahead and close it out.
Tell your friends. Get some people signed up for that weekend.
That's true, because they're going to be filled up before you know it. It's not that big of an event. We're not exactly throwing a con, so.
No.
It's
a very intimate gaming weekend. So
the takeaway there is that there aren't many seats. So don't say, oh, I'll look at it in August. I'll look at it in September. It's going to be too late then. So for the 5th time, I'm going to close out the stream. Thanks very much, G, for anyone anybody who plays Panzer Leader with me is going to be like friend for life, because that's not an easy game. But it's incredibly rewarding if you can pull it off. And I honestly think she's got a shot at least one Objective X. We'll see potentially next week.
I wasn't going to make it easy for you, Jim.
No? And I don't know.
I wasn't going to do the old, okay, let's ram into each other and see who comes out winner.
Well, I gave you the objective. I set up the Germans owning the 3rd Objective X, and then I was going to bum rush.
I was about to get run over, so, there's...
You were about to get run over after what was going to be the mother of all opportunity fire phases. I was going to lose half my force doing that attack. But that would have been less of a game and more of a reenactment. That's literally what happened. Which would have been fun. we would have probably finished the game. But again, hey, now we get 2 days of content out of it. So,
There
hey,
you go. Hey,
win-win.
can you send Tough Ears an invite to the Discord link?
Sure, Toughy Ears. Where
Over
do
TT.
I... Over on OTT? Okay, I'll find you on OTT and send it over. I will tag you, Toughy Ears, on our Sitrep thread, and you'll see it as you were mentioned, and the link will be there. So I'll do that as soon as I log off here.
There you
All right,
go.
guys. I'm going to go ahead and log off. Take it easy, everybody. Thanks again, G. Thanks, Gaz and
All
Marty,
right.
for coming out and help some color commentary. And we are going to be back next week. So until then, we have Gaz's new video dropping on Tuesday, and
Yes.
we have the general show on Thursday. So always remember to check that out as well.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks one more time, and have a great week going forward.
Thank you. Bye-bye.